Shadow Smokers Legion.
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 Shadow Smokers Legion for life.
Shadow Smokers Legion!
Shadow Smokers Legion.
Shadow Smokers Legion.
Shadow Smokers Legion, baby. And for those of you who couldn't understand that,
Shadow Smokers Legion! Shadow Smokers Legion.
Alright, I'm getting started now. Hey guys, Tony the SoySauceAssassin. Today we're doing the unboxing by Micheal. They're actually on the other side. I have a pin to my face because I look better than all of them combined. So yeah, you're not gonna hear them complain until I finish over here. So today we're gonna do unboxing, and then maybe they will release some sort of buy cigar, do this and that stuff. We're not sponsored, but we love him, so we will let him do it here. Okay. All right, here we go. Let's do this. Bam. So here we go. We have Matt Hashimoto. We have Cigar Mechanic. He had to be here because he can't wait for the laugh, I think. We have Micheal, and then we have Travis. Looks like we have nine people watching right now, according to that counter. That is totally inaccurate. And we have Evan, Quick, and Kat on the chat room.
Awesome.
And Martin Amaya. What? Martin Amaya, Brendan Chapin, Cigar Show Tim.
Mark Amaya, sorry,
March. Daniel Martin. I don't think there's got to be a code for this, right? It's just going to be a public thing. Everybody can go get it kind of thing. So, yeah, let's get started, Micheal. Let's get started. Well, should we talk about what we're smoking first? It's just like some drag out some time, you know? Because I see that Micheal is smoking, obviously, a Casa Cueva Reserva. Because that blue band... No, the blue band is so, like, catchy that I can see at the corner of my eyes that you're smoking one of those.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I don't know what Brendan was smoking. It's kind of blue band, green band. Patina? No. AJ? No. Oh, Grand Habano.
Grand Habano, #1, Connecticut.
And then we have Travis smoking like nothing.
I'm smoking an Espinosa Habano in Corona.
Yeah.
Cool. And Matt was smoking a CAO Bonnet, I think. And then
Boner? Well, we don't want that.
I'm smoking my bottom shelf cigars. So,
I like this angle with Matt right
who
now.
been giving out the codes for everybody? Who's been giving out the codes to everyone? Who gave out the codes to everyone?
I did.
You did?
These are the people that have to be in here.
Including Albert?
These guys weren't a part of this. Well, you saw where I put it, so I'm sorry. I know, I'm kidding.
Okay. All right. So, shout out to the night crew after shows. Okay. Cigar Show Temps is low volume. Yes, I will release their volume higher, because my voice sounds better than theirs. Anyways, so
In what universe? What universe?
Yeah.
in my grandmother say so. No.
Well, that's all that matters. She's what, 400 years old now?
She's older than China itself. Okay, so
Can't argue with grandma.
that's why she's called the grandma. Anyways, so yeah, you want to get started? Should we zoom in on your screen? Let's zoom in on Michael's screen.
Yeah, but we gotta leave Matt. We gotta leave Matt up there too.
Why?
I can't zoom two people. How do you pin two people? You can't.
You're gonna have to zoom to me after I get this over. You're gonna have to zoom to me, and then we'll get it open, and then I guess
you
have to go
open
to
it
Matt.
up and I quickly unzoom. How's that? Unpin, whatever that is.
If there's goddamn oranges in there.
I legitimately don't know.
It's not oranges. I can genuinely tell you it's not oranges, and it has nothing to do with the Laranja at all. Nothing to do with
Brittany's
that.
laughing her
I
ass
promise
off.
you.
So there's
Let's just leave it at that. I just know that we got to see Matt. And part of the fun of this is like it may have nothing to do with Matt.
Matt, you have like PSTD
Oh,
over there.
what's with the laugh? Uh-oh.
Oh, fuck me, dude. Are you guys ready?
Okay, hold on.
I don't even know what they're laughing at.
Oh, fuck.
Michael, I hope that opened as well as I thought it would because I just picture you opening that and like all of this is staring back at you.
Oh, yeah, dude. Oh, shit.
What the?
Are you guys ready?
Hey,
Yeah.
go for it. Go for it.
What
Oh, he just did it. He just did it. He did it again.
They are buttons with Matt's awesome face.
Fuck.
Matt did it again, man.
They made buttons with my goddamn face. Are you serious? What?
Oh man.
I'm not gonna lie to you
That's
guys.
awesome.
With some
Hold
stuff
that up.
that
Hold that up.
Go ahead. Here we go.
What the?
Beautiful. Look at that shit.
Oh my hell.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. When I heard the box, it's like it sounds like buttons. And then when Travis the other night, I was like, man, I swear to God, did you guys make like Matt's face in the orange kind of thing? He's like, no, that's not what it is. As soon as I heard this bag of buttons, I was like, oh my God, I bet you that's what it is.
But it wasn't. There's no orange.
It's his face though. I love it. Yes.
What the fuck?
It's your happy face, man.
Like vote for Matt, man. Vote for Matt.
Matt for president.
Please tell me that when you open the box, please tell me there was 100 Matt Hashimoto's looking at you.
Yeah, they were all sitting up like this, just fucking staring at me.
Oh, my, dude, you all got me on that one, man. Holy fuck.
Now, do you remember why you weren't in that conversation?
Yeah.
The screen froze on your face like that.
Oh my God.
You sat there for
That's
30
why-
minutes like that before we realized, man, we need to capture it.
Oh, fuck.
That's awesome.
Oh, dude. So I had to grab the biggest buttons that they could make. And
What the hell?
Oh, hell yeah.
Hey, Michael, man, how do we get them, man? How do we get one?
I'm not ordering shit.
Matt, you can get one without ordering anything because it's your face. I mean,
Fuck
that's
that.
fair.
Remember?
Oh,
Every
my
order,
God.
every order that you place. I mean, we could qualify it with an Asian orange, but every order.
Oh my God. You guys got me fucking. I'm sweating right now. Oh my God.
Fuck.
I am literally fucking sweating.
That was worth it.
yeah.
Oh my God.
The problem is that Matt, even when Matt is like, holy shit, that happened, his face looked exactly like the button.
Fuck, I'm turning my camera off.
I don't want you to see my face anymore. Stop it.
Matt's sitting here going, why do I have to be on here? Why do I have to be on here?
I just can't wait for somebody who's not SSL to place an order and get one of those buttons.
So Matt, just so you know, there's 100 of those, and they're 2 1/4 inches around. They were the biggest button that they made.
Oh my God.
Yes.
So they needed the big one to fit your big old face on it, man. Big old head.
Happy Hashimoto.
I don't know if I'm honored or fucking embarrassed, man.
It's
Why
okay
would
to
you
be
be
both.
embarrassed? They'll get shipped out all over the country, man.
Yeah.
We'll be everywhere.
He ordered
Josh said he needs one.
The template for the one on you, the
So
oranges.
it looks like something like this. We'll just do every order that uses the SSL code gets one.
Every order gets a Matt face.
All right,
Look at that.
every order.
Satisfied customer face.
Yeah, and all future meats are going to look like this. They're going to look just like this.
Yeah. But instead, we're going to do a coin check and a button check now.
Oh God.
Oh, fuck.
So,
Oh, my God.
So when somebody's got the coin check challenge, if you got the button, you fucking win.
That's right.
Oh my god, dude. And that was like doubly great because not only do we get Michael's reaction, but then we also we got Michael's and Matt's because Michael, you had no idea those were coming.
No, I knew it. Like there was something coming because my UPS account updated. There's something on its way. You told me to be here today. I'm like, all right, cool. And then I see it, and I'm like, well, it doesn't sound like stickers. It sounds like buttons, but I don't know what the hell it is. So yeah, awesome.
Martine's saying hashtag button check.
I just think that's great because we were sitting there laughing about it so hard, and I'm like, dude, Michael's gonna get this box and he's gonna open it, and there's gonna be 100 Hashimoto staring at him.
It was. I love it. Literally, the first thing I opened it, it's like 4 of them. His face are sticking straight out.
You know what's gonna happen in the future when Matt decides to change career? He goes to somebody and do an interview, and the guy's gonna go, "I've seen you somewhere."
The guy's gonna be wearing his button.
He's like, "Oh shit! Oh yeah, you're this guy, right? Right here."
I got you my shirt.
Thanks for placing an order. Oh my god, who fed the damn gizmo after midnight? God damn it.
Yeah, that probably did happen after midnight, I would say.
You have to. You have to. It's after my bath time. I guarantee it.
It did.
Oh my god.
It did. It was.
Yeah.
That was the night you froze and never got back in.
Yeah.
I'm fucking me laughing. I'm sweating so bad right now. It's not even.
Man's like looking around right now to see if anybody else sees this. Holy shit, they gotta place an order.
Oh, everybody around us is fucking laughing, man. Fuck. My
Matt,
buddy over here,
Kim
he's
just said that he's
dying.
gonna get an autograph the next time he went to SoCal.
Fuck.
Hey, Matt, next time I see you, I want you to sign my button.
So look, everybody be mindful of how you look on camera from now, because you never know. In 10 years, there may be a whole collection of SSL buttons.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Albert shuts his camera off.
A button on the
That's
button.
why,
Oh my lord.
now I know that's why I got booted, because you guys are doing that.
We did not boot you. I promise he didn't boot you.
What you didn't know
you
is that
froze.
that lounge owner is actually probably watching too. He's like, I'm gonna get one of those shit.
Oh my god.
What's bad is Brandon should have ordered about 500 of them and just distributed them to his stores randomly with the boxes in the car.
It's like
Who the hell is this guy?
Okay, you get
And I'm like,
a
what the?
button.
Must hand these out free with purchase.
your company will have some sort of social event, so like get to know your manager. Wear this button, you'll always see him.
I would have died if I would have walked in the cigar lounge and seen that shit laying there.
He would just turn around and walk right out, right?
Hell no, I'd be out laughing. I'd be like, that's my face. Hell
Everybody
yeah.
will chase you down. Can I get an autograph?
Oh fuck.
Trying to get the good look here. Right look for the button.
So who came up with this idea? Who came up with this idea?
Yeah.
Who was the first one to say let's do this?
He's all pissed off.
Who's this? It has to be Brittany. It has to be Brittany.
Nope, all
Brittany.
Brandon.
That was all Brandon.
Look at Brittany.
This is all
Brittany?
Brendan? No, I think it's Brittany.
I promise you it wasn't me.
Travis?
I'm gonna say
Yeah,
it's
right.
Brandon's
Like
idea.
I would even remotely know how to do something like that.
I'm gonna say this is Brandon's idea, like 100%.
Really? Brendan, was it you?
Look at that face.
I don't know. Fucking Daniel, he's quiet.
Yeah.
It was Daniel.
I can't imagine Daniel
wasn't
came up with that
saying
idea,
anything. He
so.
looked up and said, has anybody ever made a button before?
That's right. And it certainly wasn't after midnight because I was on. So.
Here,
Oh,
let me
God.
just.
What?
Here you go. Here you go, Matt.
Thanks. Oh my god.
Can you imagine the person who's making this pin, these buttons? They're like, what is this order about?
Hey, Brandon, the one on the right looked better, man.
Yeah, right? Hey, Michael, show those things again, man.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Let me grab one. Are you ready?
Yes, we're ready.
You know, with that blue background, it does look like a presidential pen. You know, that button thing.
Yeah.
Asian orange for president.
Matt, now we have to
Every
compete.
time one of those
Now we
around
have to
gets
compete.
bought, man.
I was gonna say, I mean, Michael, I have the PNG file of him on the oranges. I can send you if you want more buttons.
I need that one.
I can send it to you.
I need that one.
Yeah,
I'm
we
gonna
actually
try
have
to get in touch with Crocs and get them to make, you know, like the little things you stick in the holes on your Crocs.
But Matt, congratulations! You're the only prestige member, who's got a button made out of him. So
there you go.
I feel
What?
honored.
We have swag?
what?
Yeah,
What? We have stickers?
Yeah, it will be for $0. It will be for $0 right in the swag shop.
We got swag. What the fuck? Where?
Oh, that
Oh,
shit was
God.
great, dude.
Oh, gosh.
Great.
God damn it! And I was sitting there talking to Travis and Brittany last night, and they didn't even say shit.
Well, you didn't ask us about it.
That's the idea.
Yeah, that's the whole idea. Michael didn't even know, and it was shipped to his house.
I got shit coming to my house. I don't even know what
I
it is.
I got a picture of it like an hour after it happened. So I've been knowing what it was going to look like.
Yeah, because it's funny. Like right when we got off, they sent me the proof. So like we literally like clicked off of the chat, and then like a minute later, my email goes off with the proof of the buttons, and I'm like, oh yeah, submit, send, please, for the love of God, go, not fast enough. I was getting all Tony on it. Like I want it yesterday.
Yeah, now let's go, let's go.
Oh man.
Oh my god.
You know, Brendan, I was gonna complain that you guys made me wait all day for this thing, but now that I saw it, I forgive you.
Well, the good news is, Tony, there's plenty of more room on your hat band for another pin.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Yeah, you need a
That
button.
might be too heavy. I had to wear it on my chest, right next to my heart.
No, you gotta put it up on the hat right there, opposite of the pins, man. You're just gonna have this big Matt Hashimoto face on your hat.
Matt will be like, I'll never join the chat again, ever.
You know, the
Oh
one
my
thing that I
God.
regret not doing is I wanted to write like Hashimoto across the bottom of the thing.
Oh
Oh my god. What Michael
I
just like
feel
dying or something like that?
No. A couple people are messaging me right now.
Saying, how much do I have to order and how quick will it get here?
Tony, are you on,
Yourself.
Tony, are you on YouTube?
Yeah.
Your sales are going to drop. You know that.
No, I think everybody's gonna buy it.
Not until after the first 100, and then it'll drop.
While supplies last, there's only 100 of them. Actually, no, there's only 99 of those available because Michael's
Yeah,
gonna
'cause I
keep one
get
for
one.
himself. All right,
I don't even
this-
have one.
Okay, so what? We have what? 8 people here. So it'll be 92 available.
Right.
Yeah, I already put my order in, man. I'm getting one.
Exactly.
I'm thinking to place my order here in just a few minutes.
Oh my god.
I gotta admit, I'm not gonna put an order in, Michael, because I don't see the point in buying my own
Limit
stuff.
1 per order.
Exactly.
Limit 1 per
I was
order.
like,
All right, only 1 per order.
I might
like,
put
why
an order.
are you gonna buy shit for me? That doesn't make sense. So, like, whatever.
You
can.
I might put an order in and send it to Matt just so that he gets one.
Fuck. Oh my god.
But it's gonna be all Laranja.
Hell yeah! That's what I like to hear.
All that orange shit. Here we go.
Oh my god.
With a
Dude,
bag of oranges.
I spit water all over my phone laughing a minute ago.
It's a sweet revenge for all the corn dog jokes.
Brandon, you've got to give one to EP Carrillo. You need to mail him one and tell him to wear it on the show.
Oh, I should, huh?
Somebody send one
Yeah,
to
'cause I
Matt so he
forgot.
can do an unboxing himself.
Yeah, I forgot. So when EP
Unbox
Carrillo's
myself.
on Down to the Nub this Sunday at 3 p.m. Pacific, he could be wearing one.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He'll be like, everybody love our cigar except this guy who cannot taste
No,
our
actually, Michael, I need like 4 of them because I want to send it to Eric Espinosa and have him take a picture of him wearing that, smoking a L'Orange.
Yes. Hell yeah.
What the fuck? Hell no. I will sign that one. I'll sign that one.
Okay.
Oh god.
Tell Eric he needs to come down and meet with you when I'm down there, and then I'll sign it for him.
Yeah. I think you should have him sign yours.
Right?
Hashtag Asian Orange. Hashtag Asian Orange right there.
I'm gonna sign Asian Orange Hashimoto.
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 Oh man.
Oh my god, that's horrible. That is horrible. But yes, I like it. That's good.
Oh
Wow.
God, dude. That Michael, when you opened that box, dude, you just lost your I'm picturing this, like all these Hashimoto's looking at you.
Oh, dude, it was. That's what made it so funny. It's just
Now
so
after
funny.
this, I just go back and rewatch it. Rewatch his you know.
Looks
his
like he's
expression.
fucking like looks like he's like half drunk or something. Just
I was laughing when Michael quit.
Michael could have guessed 1,000 times and never guessed that.
He would have never got it.
No.
Oh my god, that's
I would have never guessed either. There's no way.
Okay, so while we're on here,
Let's
and then
go.
we're out here and laughing about it, we'll let Cigar Mechanic tell us about that cutter. How's that?
What do I?
Oh yeah.
That cutter. Tell everybody about that cutter
That's
because
not,
people ask
that's
me
not
about
a
that cutter.
cutter. That's a button that he got, not a cutter.
Yeah, I know that.
You want me to order 100 cutters with Hashimoto's face on it too?
Do it!
Yes.
Yeah, I'll zoom into
I'll
Cigar
buy 10
Mechanic
of those.
so he
This
can
is
tell us
very
about that cutter. Show us about the
This
cutter.
is-
Do you have all the colors? You don't, right? You just have.
I did. Well, I have the 2, the
Okay,
black
okay,
and
here
the
we go. Here
silver.
we
Right?
go.
You want me to get the other ones too?
No, just those two. Since those two were the options.
Most likely, it's going to be this one, Tony.
Why?
Most likely, it's going to be on the black
Why?
because that's what we have the most quantity of.
But the silver one looks good.
Well, that's because, and also because I know you want the silver one, so it's going to be on the black.
My wife wanted the silver one. My wife wanted the silver one.
Remember Michael telling you about like the customer service and everything that I provide? I know you want silver, but you're getting black.
Yeah, right. So show us about that.
So this one has been like beat up, thrown in my Jeep, tossed around and everything, but this is the Meteor cutter. It's done by the brand new Meteor. It's just a nice round cutter, spring loaded. You push a button, pops open, and it's got the cap cut on it, so it's will protect your cigar. You won't cut too far when you're drunk or driving. Hopefully not drunk and driving at the same time. But the nice thing too is like, especially for like in the car, I use this one a lot because when you cut it, it seals in the cuttings on the back side. So then you can actually get it over your ashtray when you come to a stop or something like that and empty it out. But I don't know what do you want me to tell you, but tell about these.
Okay, so he says metal, right? It's actually metal.
It's all metal.
Nice.
It's all metal. I know that Matt likes the Zicars, but they have a gear and they have a gear system in the Zicars that can jump gears and all sorts of stuff like that. This is literally just a couple springs and a track system. So it's very simplistic, very easy, a lot less parts to fail. All metal body, Lotus Vertigo cutter.
So this is a new release, basically. They just had it.
This is the brand new release, and that's why like we're going to be aware of if we can do the black or the chrome. Most likely it's going to be the black because I know we just got more of these in. Chrome we're not getting in until probably like end of October. We won't even get more of these in, from what I was told today.
Okay.
So if we want it sooner, it'll be this one. If we can wait, then we can probably mix them.
The question is, you know how Lotus have probably the best warranty out there for their stuff, but if it's printed, would they still honor warranty to send you replace one that doesn't have a picture on it?
They will replace it with one that's not printed. Yeah, we're not going to print one to warranty the one that's printed. But
I want no. I want one rolled cigar, banded, one custom cutter. Okay. Fuck.
Yeah. No, I just want to make sure that it still will be honored for the warranties, and then except that won't be printed, but still have a cutter at the end of it.
Yeah.
Essentially, yes. Well, so what'll happen is we'll just replace it with another cutter.
Okay.
Awesome.
Cool.
Yeah.
So the silver one won't be the choice. Then what about this? Can you make a few that we can have it maybe a giveaway in the future or something like that? Would they be able to print a few, like 5?
I might be able to mix in some silver. It depends on the final logo design and how it sits on the silver versus the black.
Okay.
So I've asked for proofs to be done on both, given the designs, and they're in process of working on. I should have it the next day or two. I should have the final, or not the final, but the proofs of both cutters with the logo on it.
Okay. So we'll let them choose. Like if they prefer to have the silver, we can wait until October, right? Technically, we can place an order and wait on it. Yes.
You'll be waiting until November because we won't even get them in. Like when the ship lands, the container will land like towards the end of October. Usually gets held up in customs and all that for about a week or so, and then it finally gets to us. Then it's got to get over to the printer. So you're looking at about 2 weeks or so before it even gets to the printer from the time it lands, which is the end of October.
Yeah, it should be okay. It's actually not too bad. It's actually not too bad.
Yeah.
It's only we're talking about, end of October is only like a month and a half, not even. So.
And that's when we get it. So that means
Right.
you wouldn't have it until the end of November.
Right. So that's good. If somebody decides to give themselves or somebody a Christmas gift.
Time for Christmas. I love it.
Cool.
Yeah, so they're great cutters. We've been using them. Like I said, this one gets beat up in my Jeep, in my car. We've dropped it a bunch of times. I mean, this is one we've been like throwing around, and it's held up pretty good. So, and the important thing is that it cuts really, really well. So,
People
So
ask
my
about
face goes on.
people ask about
Like
a carrying case. They don't make carrying case for that, do they?
no. But the cool thing about this is that when you're most pants, at least men's pants, they have that watch pocket.
Right.
So like especially the jeans, this fits perfect in the watch pocket in your jeans. So you're not carrying it with your keys. It fits really, really well in that watch pocket.
Brendan, you got a quarter like over there that you can compare size to?
There's a chain shortage.
I was waiting for that answer.
Travis.
If my face goes on any of them, it's got to be orange.
Here, I have a Shadow Smokers Legion coin.
Do it. Use that.
Well, here's a quarter. Basically, the quarter sits on the inside of the cutter.
That's huge, actually.
Nice.
So the quarter's basically taking up that whole circle. There's very little play on the inside of that.
So it actually cut most size cigars. Most size.
I want to say it cuts up to a 70 ring gauge, if I remember right.
70, that's pretty big.
I've held it in person. It's a good size, but it's not like it's hard to use.
Is it the same size as Zycars?
64.
No, it's a lot thinner and
64 ring gauge.
What's that?
That's the biggest it'll cut is 64 ring gauge.
The Zycar one or this one?
That one.
Oh, did you look it up?
Yep.
Oh, there you go. See,
Well, thank you, Asian Orange. We appreciate it.
you're hired. You're hired.
Michael, you're a small guy, so was it big to you or was it kind of normal size to you?
It was normal size to me. I could
Okay, all right.
I could hold it in my size like 8 glove hands.
Okay.
Okay. So here's the new coin, right?
Okay.
This is the new rose gold.
Oh, just slightly bigger.
Yeah, so it's as I said, it's not bad.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's
so that will
nice.
fit because I know that will fit the jeans pocket for sure. So
No, it fits right there in your coin pocket.
Nice. Coin purse?
So
All right.
basically, if you have, there we go. We'll do this. So basically, if you have the coin with the sleeve, it's probably as big as that sleeve.
Yeah, you have to turn a little more, just a little bit.
Yeah.
So it's mostly.
Those are women's pants, right, Brandon? Women's pants?
Yeah. Yeah, it fits in my skinny jeans, my millennial jeans.
Matt, Mark, you need 2 sets of those because now you have 2 members in the house.
Oh my God, Martine.
Martine, you don't have the rose one. Where's your
Yeah,
rose one, Martine?
He has one.
He has one.
I do.
He has one, yeah. Man. Okay. So,
By my good fucking graces, he's got one.
oh.
Thank you, Boo.
Got a little sour, it sounds like.
Oh, you welcome.
So what we'll do is this one will be pre-order only because we gotta order the right amount for that because they are kind of costly.
Martin.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Quake said.
What? My favorite cigar in the world. Only the finest. Top shelf.
What would Quake say? What my boy Quake say?
Quick said Matt's face on it will be right where it opens. It looks like Matt is chomping off with his mouth.
Quakes, I thought we were friends, bro. Come on, man.
I thought about doing it where his eyes open so that when it's closed, he's Asian.
Oh my god! Wow.
Okay, so
wow.
So what we'll do is we'll do a pre-order only, and once we collect everybody, and then we will place the order. It'll be just exact, or maybe I order a few more pieces for myself. So if you gotta get onto it, you wanna get on it. Like I'll give everybody 2 weeks to do this. I mean, if you want one, you want to place your order by end of this week. I give you that's 5 days, right? And then we'll give everybody 2 weeks to come up with the funding for it. 2 weeks is not too bad, right? 2 weeks.
How much we talking?
So, well, I guess I'll message it to you, Tony. You decide if you want to share. I'm gonna send you a message real quick on Facebook.
You're talking
on the messenger.
Cutter, right?
Yeah. Originally, I was thinking to be around around $55 to $60 shipped, and that will cover some other stuff in case we had to make the minimum. And if we already make the minimum, it'll be cheaper. But if we don't make the minimum, basically share the cost. Okay, so that's what it's gonna be. I think the MSRP is what 50 something too.
MSRP on that is $59.99. Yeah, $60.
So and then we'll just do the same amount, and then that'll cover your shipping. I don't think it's that heavy to ship, but yeah, we'll cover your shipping, whatever that is.
No,
and,
it's pretty light.
And it's customized on top of that. Come on,
yeah,
that's pretty good.
So,
yeah.
Does it come with the Hashimoto button?
Yes, if you wanted to. But limited 100. We only have 100 of those while supplies last.
And if 100 orders of cigars get placed, you guys are SOL on the buttons.
Oh.
Wow.
And the next round will be next round will be I'll have some Asian orange ones made, and those will only go with Laranja orders.
Okay.
Only.
So yeah, definitely that's what we'll do. So we will if we go over 50, price will start go down. Okay, price will start going down. But if we don't have it, everybody share the burden of the cost. It's you have no idea. I know everybody don't have enough cutter at home, but I really don't want to have 200, 300 cutters in my house either. So we'll share the burden, we'll share the cost, we'll make sure everything goes out. And if I have extras, that will end up being I don't know, maybe prizes or something like that. I don't know. But
yeah, normally the minimum order on these is 100 pieces. So I went and talked to the company just so you guys know, because I know that we're probably not going to move 100 of them. But I talked to the company to get our minimums down just for the group,
right,
to make sure that we can make these feasible for the guys that do want them.
Right, because last time we learned from last time. Last time a bunch of people said they want it, and then when we asked for counts, we don't have nearly enough. So this time,
like 23 people.
Take advantage of this. We'll make it work, right? We'll make it work, and once it works, maybe we can do some other stuff in the future. I know a lot of people are asking for ashtrays and lighters, but we wanted to start making this as a trial. If it works good for everybody, we'll have more stuff. But right now, I think this cutter is cool. I think the color is nice, and I always wanted one of these cutters. I mean, yes, I look into FQI brands for this before, but I didn't like that one because of certain reasons. And plus, when I hold it on my hands, I didn't like the gear exposed. That's one of them. So when he said,
and they're expensive.
They were expensive. They were like $100 each.
Yeah, they're a lot more expensive, and with the FQI ones, you don't have the printing surface because they go all the way through, which is nice for torpedoes, but it's a thicker cutter. They're plastic based. They have a gear system in them, and you don't have a backing to print on. So this gives you a lot nicer space for that, especially with your logo. The SSL logo fit really nice on there.
Yeah. So you guys already saw the imaginary proof. That kind of what it's gonna look like. But once Brendan sent me the actual proof, and I'll send it to you guys to see, and then you guys can give feedbacks and see what we can alter. There are only so many things we can do on it. Don't you know? If you think that we gotta have gold foil and then platinum on top of it, that's not gonna happen, right? But something within reason will probably make that change, right?
It's not gonna be coated with virgin blood.
Actually, I think that could be done.
Well, yeah, we might be able to make that happen. I'm sure there's a couple of
make
those
that happen.
groups.
So, but then I'm very excited for this. I've been working on that Photoshop, and I hate Photoshop. I've been playing with it all day. It's like, hey, change this color, change that color. And who was the one that said one green? Green does not work, okay? Green does not work. All right? Green does not work with our logo. And I tried orange. It killed my eyes. So you do not want to stare at something that's orange all day
That was
long.
William.
Yeah, Brandon won't do orange. Won't let it be made in orange because he hates orange.
Yeah, I won't do an orange.
Right? So...
the only way I'll do it in orange is if it's got Matt Hashimoto's face on it and orange in the background.
Right? So currently, I think red looks the best. Even though I tried the yellow one on there, it looks okay, but it doesn't give that gold sheen to it. So red might be the choice. Okay.
Yeah, the red or the silver. They both look really good.
Yeah. All right. So we tested out. I posted the picture on the group. I might repost it for you guys so you guys can compare. But like Brendan said, if you guys want to wait longer, we might be able to make silver work. But it all depends on the proof first, right? So once we have the proof, and then we'll post everything up, I'll let you guys vote on it. Either one, you guys want to wait longer for it, or black looks fine. Because black looks fine to me. All right. The only downside is that if you beat the crap out of it, the black will wear off, right? And the silver won't. But the silver, you still gotta see scratches and things and stuff like that if you beat the shit out of it, right? But
I mean,
one good thing is that you don't get cracks. It's not plastic. Unless you run it over with Jeeps, then that might be a different story.
Well, Brandon, man, Brandon, do we get to trade in a cutter for it, man?
you send
trade
me
in the Zycar?
Yeah, send me that piece of shit cutter, and I will happily give you the opportunity to purchase one of these.
He won't have a choice then because it'll be cutters. So I mean,
yeah,
it works well.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and
I
if
see
you
our
like,
next button already.
Yeah, me too.
So make sure that you guys put your name on that count, and I'll fit you in the count. Now, if you can't find the post and you wanted to, send me a message or send Michael a message. I'll give him the access to the spreadsheet that I'm using to count, and then we'll go from there. Right? We'll go from there. It's very exciting. I actually wanted to have our logo on cutter and stuff like that for a while now. So
I think I found our next limited edition button.
Oh,
yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one. I was waiting for it. I was waiting to say something to him.
This is on YouTube, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I am hanging on to that. That's going above my bed.
It's private time right there.
You know, Thomas, just for you, even if YouTube get rid of this one, I'll re-upload it.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Thomas, just for you, I'm going to have that blown up into a giant-sized canvas and screwed to the ceiling above my bed.
Oh, heck yeah.
Just that corn dog color.
You can't get any better than that.
Wow, Brandon. Hey, Matt. Brandon's already taken down your picture off the ceiling already, man.
Oh, no, it goes right
I'm
next to
okay
it.
with that.
It goes right next to it. I got a California King, bro. It depends on which side of the bed I'm on.
Oh shit!
And while we're at it, I think Michael got another thing running around, right? There's another promotion running around.
So yes, I do. So we got some really cool Sereno swag. We've got a 15 count Cigar Caddy travel humidor and a really nice ceramic Sereno Royale ashtray. And there's going to be able to be 2 winners in this. If you buy any, this is on any Sereno, any 5-pack, the new sampler that I put up. For any 5 or more singles, you'll get 1 entry into it. And any box will get you 5 entries. Any Sereno box will get you 5 entries. You have to, and on Instagram you have to tag Little Guy Cigar Shop, tag Brandon, and tag Sereno Cigar Co. And that'll get you entered. And there's no limit on entries.
Okay. So
and it's gonna run all the way to October 18th.
That's actually my birthday.
Well, happy birthday. Buy a bunch of Sereno.
Yeah.
I already pre-ordered a box of Serenos.
I know. They're sitting in the humidor, man.
Yeah. So, I was
Hey,
waiting
Tony,
for
if you
tonight.
buy more, Tony, you buy more Sereno, you might win the ashtray for your birthday.
That's a win-win.
God, I am number 1 all day.
If Tony buys enough Sereno, I'll get him an ashtray.
Yeah, right. My wife actually asked all day, why do I need to do a show today? And I was like, I don't know. Maybe Brendan sent a whole box of penis sliders. But
do you guys want to see the ashtray in the travel humidor?
Yes.
You got one? Oh,
Yeah, we do. Let's do it.
No, Brandon's got one right there.
I zoom into Brendan. Oh, it's actually one of those big ones.
Yeah. Big 4-finger ceramic. Thing's pretty.
Brendan, that's the same thing that we give away from the Christmas last year, right?
Yeah, I sent you one of these for the
Those
Christmas
are
thing.
big, okay?
Oh,
If you guys don't remember how big that is one of those like cigar lounge size ashtray.
Hey, do you want me to put a quarter inside of it?
No. This way it makes your hand look smaller. That's fine.
Check out Matt, man. He's posing for another button.
Oh god.
So this is the Sereno. It's a Sereno Royale. Gold on every bird. Nice and laser center.
Okay, so and then what about the one that's for Shadow Smoke's Legion only?
That is not on you.
Ending
That
soon?
is not.
Is it like in a few more days?
The 27th.
The 27th.
And you can enter into both. I don't care.
Yeah, so you can enter into both. As Shadow Smoke's Legion member, you will have a bunch of things going on. So buy something, I guess. Buy something.
The Sereno one is for everybody, though, right? That's not just
Yes,
Shadow
the
Smoke.
Sereno one is for everyone, right? Yeah.
Yeah, the Sereno. Yeah, I gave the Legion a little heads up. The email's going out at midnight to everybody else.
So
and
if
then
you're
once
watching this and you're not part of Shadow Smoke's Legion, just so you know, the Sereno promotion is for everyone. Well,
and then after the email goes out, then I'm gonna put it on social, so the email subscribers will get a little bit of a head jump before I put it out on the social media.
okay, so yeah, if you watch the show, you heard it first before anybody else, technically, right? Not read it first, but you heard it first. So
Heard it first.
Heard it
from me. And then then I just put up a Sereno sampler of all the lines of Sereno that I carry. So it's 6 cigar sampler.
What if you're on the meat? You get anything extra for being on the meat?
No. Did you buy something while you were on the meat? If there is, I'll think about giving you an extra entry.
Okay, so what else did we miss?
Such a dick.
So there's a lot of things going on for Little Guy Cigar Shop, which is pretty cool for a small shop like that to run multiple things at the same time. Rarely happens.
And I gotta give a lot of credit to that is with it. I got an awesome rep, so it goes hand in hand because he wants to make sure that we can help do some cool stuff for everybody.
JT Baker said that he ordered his samplers today.
He did. He's on top of that. As soon as he saw that, he ordered, man.
JT Baker, you gotta get a button too. He's like, I need a button right away.
There are 4 people with once they get their stuff and they Instagram it, there'll be 4 people with entries already.
Oh, cool. So yeah, but then it's not first come first serve. It's actually random, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be randomized. So it'll be randomized. So it's fair. It's me. It'll be 2 winners. One will get the 15 count humidor, and then one will get the ashtray.
Yeah, just make sure you tag those names that you need to do it, because if you don't, there's no way to find your post.
Yeah, you'll be tagging at Little Guy Cigar Shop, at Cigar Mechanic, and at Sereno Cigar Co.
All right. Sereno Cigar Co. Sereno Cigar Co. Well, I'm pretty sure once you start tagging, it will show up. So.
Yeah, you'll find it.
Thomas, are you doing 2 of those now?
I will. Hey, these things are good, man.
Dude, 2 660s, you're gonna be throwing up for real if you did.
That's a 770, man.
Oh my god, dude. Yeah, don't do 2.
Ugh.
That's like 4 hours right there.
Ugh.
He did a double corn dog earlier.
I was, I know.
And then, you know what's funny about that, Albert, is it made me throw up.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Oh. So Travis, you placing your order now or what? I can see you looking at your phone.
Yeah, I'm fixing to.
Hey, don't be a fixing, don't be a thinking. All right?
That's what I'm talking about.
Just be a doing.
Yeah, I'd hate for you to go buttonless.
Oh god.
Yeah, I can't miss that.
Oh, I
So
gotta
what
get
else did we
I got-
miss announcement wise? Michael,
I
you got
need a
anything?
butt.
Did we miss anything else announcement wise? Let's see. I just let's see. We now have the Casa Cuevas Habano in Connecticut and Toro. I've got another size of the Sereno Double X Maduro. We have it in Toro, Robusto, and we have some left of the Bellicoso.
Is the Bellicoso a lot different size than because I know everybody has a kind of slightly different size for the Bellicoso. Is it very in terms of size a lot more bigger than the Robusto?
The Robusto is 4 3/4 by 52.
Right.
Or something like that. 4 7/8. Something I remember. Something like that.
The Bellicoso, is it like a huge difference? Because
No.
some of them, like the Bellicoso, even though it's still that, but it's a lot thinner. So
No. I think they're close to the same ring gauge.
close to the same ring gauge.
But I made sure I brought the Robusto, Tony, so you could have a box of Robusto.
The box with the magnet.
Dude, hey, I was telling Tony that he didn't believe me. On some of the Sereno boxes, they have magnets on them. That's why they call their boxes a humidor, because they do seal real tight. And some of them have magnets on them.
But there's
It's
no way to
crazy.
tell which box.
No,
The
but it's cool.
Bellicoso- The Bellicoso is a 5.5 by 52, basically torpedo.
Okay.
But it's a rounded top torpedo, so it doesn't come to the sharp point at the top. It comes to more of a rounded point. That's why it's a Bellicoso.
Whatever, smoke them. They're awesome.
Cigar Show
I've had him in
Cam
the-
says
I've had
that
him in
he's
the
out of
Toro.
Sereno, so it's good timing, Michael.
I've had them in the Toro, the Bellicoso, and the Robusto, so they
But
both
while we're
translate
at it,
well.
might as well throw some shameless plug. Right? So for those people who know Cigar Show Tim is on here, he has his own show, and plus he's running a show with Brendan Wiles. What's the show called?
We have a show called Down to the Nub that airs live on Sundays at 3 p.m. Pacific on YouTube at youtube.com/down to the nub. And then we release every Thursday a pre-recorded, which is different than the live shows. That gets released on Thursdays, but it's just Tim and I. Live shows are really fun. It's
Yeah,
interactive.
I mean, there's a lot of cool people that goes on there too. So you can learn a lot if you join and be active on the show. You get to ask questions that you usually
And
wouldn't
this
be able to
weekend-
find answers to.
Yeah, and this Sunday we'll have Ernesto Perez Carrillo himself from Ipi Carrillo. He'll be on there, and we will be smoking the brand new released Pledge that's on its way to shops right now.
Oh, I'm actually interested about that. And Michael, are you gonna carry that pledge?
Yep.
Okay, well, the pledge, it's going to, if I'm correct, it's going to exclusive shops first, and then
Yes,
it'll be available.
Yes, we have our VIP shops that have been supporting the brand for a while, and there's only, I want to say it's only 90 stores in the entire country that are getting that.
But is it gonna be a regular production after?
It is a regular production. It'll be, so you'll have basically, it'll be in that lineup with the La Historia and the Encore, and now you'll have the Pledge in that same lineup. So I honestly wouldn't doubt if we see that making Cigar of the Year next year, or this year. Cigar Aficionado has already written 3 articles with no advertising dollars, and they've never done that for any other cigar.
Wow.
But when it becomes available for me to be able to bring it in, yes.
Okay, so that's a question I think everybody want to know. So yeah, if eventually, right, sometime this year maybe.
Potentially by the end of the year or beginning of next year, it'll be open to everybody. But especially with COVID and all that stuff going on, we've got to watch the production rates. Didn't want to release it to everybody right away because boxes and production and all that stuff, making sure that it's quality over quantity. Was a big issue with that. So even all the shops that got it, it was limited to how many boxes they got. So every shop was only allowed to get 5 boxes that we released it to.
Okay.
Of each size. So a total of 10 boxes. They're 10 count box, but you'll get 5 and 5 of each size.
So I guess as soon as Michael gets the word that he's gonna have it, we'll do another show that we can kind of announce it so everybody knows that it's coming. So that way you guys can kind of be ready for it, because I know a lot of people are interested in that cigar. It does looks pretty cool based on the pictures.
I'm interested in it. That thing looks beautiful, dude. Just the packaging alone.
Yeah, I'm very interested. I want to smoke that, but
This is the other really cool thing about Picarillo and what they're doing is they got the product in and they started shipping to California and Arizona first. And so they staggered the shipping because they know guys in Florida and right there on the East Coast are going to get that product right away. So everybody, within a period of 24 to 48 hours, everybody should be receiving the product at the same time.
Okay,
that's cool.
That's pretty cool. Yeah. So
yeah,
that way everybody who's interested will find out on this show or in the Legion or whatever the announcement that's gonna happen. Okay, so we'll make sure everybody knows, because I'm interested myself. So as soon as I find out something, I will pop it in somewhere.
That means the after show people will probably know before everybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy. Hashtag night crew.
The things that happen after the show, seriously. And another one is Martina Maya cigar review. If you don't watch cigar review by anybody else, you can watch his. And he doesn't like much cigars, so if you like it, it's gotta be a good cigar, right? Something like that. So Martin, you want to say something about your show?
Yep. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I post videos at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. Reviews, unboxings, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. Most like it's gotta be a funny one. If you ever watch his reviews, usually funny. He's the only guy I know that can taste crayon. So
watch the Warhead one. If you watch nothing else, watch the Warhead one.
Yes.
If anything you watch the Warhead one. Make sure to like and subscribe to those 2 channels, because even if you don't watch it all the time, there gotta be 1 or 2 here and there you gotta like. So
the Warhead one was my favorite. Like, okay, now for the final third ashtray.
Right?
Dude, Martin messaged me. He's like, I'm just in the first third. This thing's kicking my ass, dude.
And by the second third, he's in sweats, and by the final third, it's in the ashtray next to him with the final blade there.
And just to put it out there, Martina Maya, he's trying very hard, as a small reviewer. I mean, a lot of time I feel more genuine when you watch a small reviewer review the cigar. There's not gonna be one cigar reviewer that's been down there for a while that's gonna say that he tastes crayon. So he's one of the genuine ones. If he tastes something, he's gonna tell you that he tastes something. So
Martin's honest about it. He may not like it, but it doesn't mean, of course it doesn't mean it's bad.
Everybody have a different taste, right? Everybody have a different cigar that they like. And then also, I know that Down to the Knob does a lot of good stuff, and they do have a, what's the thing called? Patreon page where you can donate money where they can do good things with it. And I know that Brendan himself... What?
Oh, fuck, dude.
Why do you guys always make fun of me when I'm trying to,
No, we're not making fun of you. It was Albert. Don't worry about it. You're good.
Right? So, basically, they do a lot of good thing with it. I know Brendan himself already does his own kind of thing to help people out. He's on the news. I've seen it. So, he does a lot of good things. Help others, right? If you're doing well, help others, and that's always the good thing to do. Also, Little Guy Cigar Shop, they are now officially affiliated to do donation with Cigars for Warrior program. So if you just want to, hey, I just want to donate 1 or 2 cigars, I don't really want to go through all the trouble, you can actually donate it directly from their website. Right?
Yeah, you can take, and like if it's a cigar that you're buying, say you're buying some Casa Cuevas Connecticut, and you're like, you know what, I'd love to send these guys one. It's on the product page. You can purchase a separate one, and we send it to. We take everything and we put it together and send it to Cigars for Warriors at the end of every month.
There you go, Michael.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Cigars
that goes directly to Cigars for Warriors.
for 10%
That
off.
goes directly for Cigars Warrior. And I mean, yes, you can go drop it off in a donation like a location, but I think this is the best way because it goes straight to Cigars Warrior. Nobody had to go collect it or anything, and it goes straight to people who deserve some cigars. Right? Who deserve
And then, I mean, everybody's got their codes if they want to, besides the Legion one. Brandon can, he can promote his code, and Martin can promote his code, and whatever you want to do.
But yeah, okay, well, we're talking about codes, okay? If you would like a 10% discount, is that right? 10%, right? 10% discount on all the cigar except the house blend.
The house blends and anything that's not the house blends. That's it.
Yeah, all right. You can use it. You can use the code Amaya for 10% off at Little Guy Cigar Shop. But if you don't like, after you watch the review, you did not like Amaya, you can use the CM10. CM10, okay? Brought to you by Cigar Mechanic.
If you're grammatically challenged, you can't spell Amaya. You can CM10. I mean, it's pretty easy too. So it's whichever you want to do.
But I just want to put it out there though. I don't know if ever Micheal Amaya is gonna go. You know what? I'm gonna find out who's using this Amaya code and then run something with it. I don't know if that will ever happen.
Maybe.
So you might want to use Amaya code to do that. But I don't know if Cigar Mechanic ever gonna run one. Just saying. So if you just want to be safe, play 2 order and use 2 separate codes.
Yeah, you could be potentially entered in some raffle that we don't know about that might never happen later on down the road.
Nathan Jones asked, do they have Opus X? No, they don't have Opus X. And I can tell you that majority of the people don't carry Opus X. So if you're that kind of smoker, you might want to go to the specific shop. Like I smoke a lot of Davidoff. I go straight to Davidoff to buy that, because that's not a everyday smoke. But if you want to just relax, find, cigar with good value, good price. I think it's really good price. Cigar with good value and good price, you go to Little Guy Cigar Shop. But if you want to, buy premium cigar, go to a premium shop. Get your money worth. Go there and feel good about yourself, right?
What? I don't carry premium cigars? What are you talking about?
What did you say, Michael?
If you want good value in your cigars, you go to Little Guy Cigar Shop. If you want to overpay for something that smells like a damn tire fire, go to another shop and buy your Opus X and your Ligos.
I'm not gonna say that any cigar is bad. I'm just saying, if you want a premium cigar like those where you pay extra money for, like a $30 steak cigar, dressing suit, go feel good about yourself in one of those stores that sells them. They will love you.
Well, it's not bashing those brands because they've done
no because I do it.
Right, they've done a tremendous job building their name. We're focused more on boutique brands. It's a great value for your dollar is really what it is. Because you're getting a lot of them. You're getting cigars that they could sell at that $12, $13, $14 price point for between $7 and $10.
So if you want something that's of value, you're looking for good value, good cigar prices. That's something that you can smoke without feeling like your pocket is getting lighter. Then you go to the Little Guy Cigar Shop. But if you want to go to premium places, you're paying $30 cigar. Go there, let somebody praise you for 24 hours, like me.
If you would like to buy a La Mondaria and you want me to charge you the Opus price, just let me know.
Done. Right. Yeah, use code Amaya if you want to pay twice as much for cigars.
No.
Because I already said I do it myself. I go to Davidoff and buy a lot of cigar, and they will praise me until I leave that door. Okay?
Because they're hoping you'll spend more money.
Yeah, exactly. They love me because I'm making that sale. They know that of that $1,000 I spent, they earn $700. Okay? So yeah. If that's the type of cigar that you like, then just be like me. Go to a Davidoff store, go to a store that sells Opus X, and buy those. And they're, especially Opus X, they don't have regular release, right? They have like limited release for every single cigar they have. So go to the store for that. But if you want boutique brands that's like, affordable, everybody can try it. And honestly, I smoke Davidoff and I like those cigars. Me myself is hugging 4 boxes of those Casa Cuevas Reservas. All right, so that tells you that I actually like it. I wouldn't buy it if I don't like it. You can Michael knows if I buy 1 box of cigar I don't like, I never buy it again.
That's true.
Yeah. So, it's a good cigar. I think it's worth a try. If you want a good price, go to that. Of course, if you want to spend more or support company that really drop down the prices to hurt the industry, then you can go support someone else. But I support Little Guy Cigar Shop, and we are not even sponsored. None of these people here sponsor the show.
Nope.
All right, and I'm just telling you guys the truth, how I feel about it personally. So, yes, me like everybody else in here, I pay for my cigars too. I don't get like, hey, Michael, send me a box of cigar for free. That doesn't happen. So
that's illegal. So
All right, Tony. Here you go, Tony.
you gotta cut it.
You're gonna demonstrate it. There you go.
You better not fuck this up.
Watch
I
it
know,
fail.
right?
look at that. Clean slivered cap. I love it.
All right?
No effort.
Now, a
And
lot of people.
Look. Nothing coming out. This is the beauty of this thing, man. Like,
And I gotta be honest with you, I haven't seen a lot of good perfect cutter out there. Because whenever I use perfect cutter, it's either too shallow or too, too steep for the cut, so that they don't cut well. They don't cut well.
I get a whole pizza?
You don't need a whole pizza.
We get pizza.
You don't need a whole pizza.
Almost.
So yeah, to Nathan.
Oh, dude, that place is bomb, bro.
To Nathan, nobody said Opus, Davidoff, or Ligas are bad. Some people like them, but at the same time, you're paying some serious money for it, and it's not everybody prefers that. So whatever fits your budget, right? Whatever fits your budget, whatever that you like to taste, go buy that. I mean, just telling you where you can buy these cigars at a good price, right?
Hey, Martin.
Yo.
Here you go, buddy. It's for you.
What the hell? Really?
That's not a whole pizza. That's not a whole pizza. It's missing a slice.
And I will tell you that Barrow's Pizza is bomb because they built 2 of them in my city and they've got them in Phoenix. They're fucking awesome.
All right, so yeah, we're not sponsored. I'm telling you where I like to. I've been buying a lot of those cigars from Little Guy Cigar Shop, and I've been very pleasing with my price. If you watch few of my previous shows, I bought 4 cigars from Davidoff for $100 something. Right, so if you want to spend $100 something, you can buy a whole box of cigar from Little Guy Cigar Shop.
Yeah, for like around $150, you can get a whole box of Casa Cuevas Reservas. A little over $100, you can get a box of any of the Casa Cuevas core line, Espinosa, Habanos. There's all kinds of things you can spend the same amount of money or less and get more, and you're still getting top tier quality without the name on it. Like it's not Opus.
And I'm not gonna say that Michael's perfect, but I'm pretty sure I have my word here that if something's screwed up, he will take care of it.
Oh yeah, that's no doubt.
Right? If he doesn't take care of it, come up to the show, complain about it. I will make sure he answers to you.
I may be a one-man band, but I'm accessible. I will get back to you.
All right. So if he doesn't, come out to the show, says he doesn't, and we'll answer your question right here. Okay. So anyway.
We will put me on the spot.
In fact, we'll put his rep on the spot. We'll put his rep right on the spot for that crap.
Hell yeah. It's important. What else do I have?
Right?
Rip them new on the lot.
So yeah, it all depends on what you like. If you like something else, you could. And I'm not saying that buying expensive cigar is a bad thing because I do it myself, right? But I also say that there's a different cigar for different occasions, right? If you want celebratory cigars, yeah, you can buy those $40 cigars. I do it. I buy $500 cigars, right? So, right cigar for the right occasion. I'm not gonna smoke that $500 cigar every day, but I will enjoy a Casa Cueva here and there. So, right?
Yes.
Nathan Jones, what other boutique brand do they carry? Why don't you just go to the LittleGuyCigarShop.com and take a look? But we'll let Michael kind of tell what lineup you have.
We have Casa Cuevas, we have Espinosa, we have Y Picarillo, we have Patina, and we have Sereno currently. And we have some house blends that are also they're manufactured by APS, which is the parent brand of Sereno. And then we're tentatively working on bringing in a couple more brands fairly soon.
So yeah, there's gonna be more in the future. Just like right now, this is what they have. And
it's a small shop, one-man band. We're trying to do things, focus on the customers and giving fair pricing and growing as the market allows.
Yeah.
Now I gotta say one thing.
Nathan said that he's a big fan of Patina. So yeah, Patina.
Patina's fire, dude. I'm telling you.
So whatever you like. If you never tried it, there's samplers that he put up together. Sampler, one of each kind of cigars. And
if there's something that I don't have as a sampler and you want it as a sampler, get a hold of me, email me, send me a message, whatever. I can get it worked out for you.
Right? So that works out good for everybody. Yes.
Go ahead, Martin.
I was going to say, if there's anybody watching that has not tried anything from Little Guy Cigar Shop, I really think you should try the Casa Cuevas sampler. You will find something in that line that you love.
Oh, yeah.
For coming from a guy that doesn't like 85% of everything he smokes.
Right.
And I notice that both me and Martin and I are talking about Casa Cueva. We're not sponsored by Casa Cueva.
Not at all. I just love their cigars.
All right.
I wish we were, right?
So, that I think that should show that, we're not here. I am not a company, so I'm just telling you what I like to smoke. I'm not sponsored by them. I still pay for them. So, there.
I'm not sponsored by him either.
Shut up. Brendan, you don't
You just tell them.
Now, if your paycheck says Casa Cueva on it, that doesn't count.
Oh, okay.
Right? But yeah, I think I liked it. It was good cigar. I continue to buy refills, and they work out well.
Which cigar?
The Opus X.
What? Well, Michael, I did buy refills.
Of what? No, I didn't get it.
Casa Cuevas. I buy refills for them.
Oh, yeah, Casa Cuevas, and Tony's been on the Espinosa Crema lately as well, because it's solid.
Yeah, the crema I like it. It's light cigar because everybody knows I like to smoke one of the small cigar from Davidoff, and it gives me the same satisfaction. I guess that's the right word for it. When I smoke one of those versus one of the small ones from Davidoff.
Oh, okay, that's something else I've heard. That's something else we have also somewhat new is we have the Espinosa Habano in the Corona, and we have the Espinosa Crema in the Revito size and the Corona size.
Michael, do you have any cigar right now in your lineup that's actually a box press?
Yes, the Murcielago is a box press, and do I have anything else that's a box press? Let me think. Negative.
So I know that Murcielagos for some people in certain regions they have
and the Naranja Escuro. Sorry,
and the 601 Maduro.
The 60, yeah, there you go. And the 601 Maduro. There we go.
Travis will know. He's the number 1 customer.
Yeah. Number 1 customer.
I have to know stuff like that. That's part of my job.
Travis is not a sponsor either, but he's more like a reverse sponsor.
Yes. So the Murcielago and the 601 lines are all made at the AJ factory, as well. So at San Latano.
So yeah, give those a try, and for those people who like those Murcielago and have trouble finding them, they are right on the website. They're usually.
I just bought a whole box of them. They're fantastic.
They are bomb.
You can find it there.
All right,
I
gotta go.
know some people have trouble finding it. So.
I gotta go. My battery's getting low.
All right,
All right, brother.
Hey, Matt.
Everybody, make sure you put your orders in. Get that.
Can't wait.
Man.
So yeah, for the Shadow Smokes Legion members, if you want those buttons, place your order.
Yeah, buddy.
Can we change Matt's name to Button Boy?
My freaking cheeks hurt from smiling so much. My God.
I love it.
You guys are awesome, man. I appreciate it.
Cool, man. I'll talk to you later. See you tomorrow.
Here you go.
See you, sir.
Yeah.
Hey,
All right.
buddy. Hey, Thomas.
What?
Oh, you missed it.
Dude, deeper.
And you didn't have your phone ready.
I won't tell you if I got that other picture or not.
I know you didn't.
You don't have to have the phone ready because this is on YouTube.
I saw your reaction when I shut the camera off.
Just go on the replay, screenshot it,
Yeah.
have it.
There you go.
Yeah.
You can cheat if you want, but kind of the key is in the button is by doing it live.
It's called being resourceful.
Man's out here making out with his pizza.
What's wrong with that? You were making out with your corn dogs, baby.
All right. Well, he was deep throating that.
And now he's making out with that 770 like no tomorrow.
Uh-huh.
That's a huge cigar too. That's a serious, strong, huge cigar right there.
That's like good 4 hours if I would have one of those, dude.
Yeah,
I'd be feeling it.
God.
I have to eat 2 meals to smoke one of those.
That's like a Woody for you, right, Michael?
Yeah, it almost feels like it. Almost got to fist it, you know?
Did Michael just say it feels like a Woody?
It almost feels like a Woody in the hand. You know,
In the
just
hand
like
of
that.
Michael.
Just like that. This went south in a hurry.
All right, y'all.
Who's hitting out? I heard somebody's hitting
Yeah, I'm
out.
going to place my order at LittleGuyCigarShop.com.
All right, cool, Martin.
Later, Martin.
Later, guys.
I see you, Martin.
See you, Mark.
So yeah, what else do
Good
we have
morning.
announcement that we missed? Cigar Mechanic, do you have any announcements? Why do we talk about bring food to the show, huh?
He shared food with me when I was there.
Yep.
We ate off the same plate.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, when I go eat with Cigar Mechanic, they don't tell me when I'm eating something I shouldn't be.
Oh, fuck. That was your own fault. I don't care what you say.
And that's when Michael learned what a Woody felt like in his
In my hands. Hey, I went to go grab the pizza and I was like, whoa.
Whoa.
Whoa. When did we have bratwurst put on this pizza?
When did we get sausage on this pizza?
That's
shit.
Oh my god, that just went to the
Veiny
gutter just now.
sausage.
We just went down the gutter just now.
Do I have any announcements? Let's see here. I announced the show this weekend. You got Cigar Show Tim as another review channel. He's my partner on the show. He does a great job. And pretty soon there will be these Cigar Mechanic hats available. I just got my order done, so I'll have these available.
Is that the same
shortly.
one on your head right now?
The same one on my head. I have this style here, which is on my head, Flex Fit. They're all made by New Era, so they're not any cheap ass hat. They're the nice New Eras.
Wait, so is the
Yeah.
one that you had to measure your head for? Because that exact size, kind of? No?
Yeah,
They don't-
it wouldn't fit if it wasn't a flex fit.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And then I'll have a limited amount of flat bill snapbacks as well.
You made those just for Drew, didn't you?
I did make them just for Drew, and I made some extras to have available.
Shit, I knew it.
Okay, and those
Yeah.
can be found on his website where?
I don't know that they're gonna be on my website yet. I might just give them to Michael and have them put on his website so they actually will get shipped out.
Yeah, if you get
Because
shipped from Brendan, you're not gonna you will see it at 2021 if you place an order
Yeah.
today.
If you're lucky.
If you're lucky.
Unless you like email him every day, right? Or call him.
He
No.
just
He'd be like, yeah, I'll
No.
get to it. I'll get to it. Yeah, I got
Yeah,
you.
no, you have to actually like the only way to guarantee you get it is to show up here. And then usually I just give it to you.
It feels bad. You've been waiting so long. It's just take it.
Yeah, like
Just drove all that way. You drove all
Yeah,
that
just-
way.
Yeah, just take it and hey, how much space do you have in your humidor? Let me fill that up too.
Yeah, usually that's the case. So, yeah, if you go over there, you need a whole entire backpack, like I do. Like I went over there with the entire backpack empty, and when I left, my backpack is full of cigars. You know. If
Oh
I
my
go,
god.
Go through the airport, they thought I'm some sort of druggie, and I'm carrying like large amount of cigars.
But it was all cigars from my personal collection. None of the ones that were given to me as swag for handouts at events.
That's,
Yes, sir.
That's correct. That is correct. So you know, it's good to know a friend.
Mm-hmm.
He's still eating. So yeah, any questions at all, you can put it in the chat room. We got a few more minutes. You can put it on the chat room. We can, and now these people will answer it to you. No, we're not gonna answer any question about Thomas eating corn dog or Travis
can.
frogs. And,
Yeah.
Like if I haven't put it out there already, Travis Frog is not a member of Shadow Smoke's Legion. Just put it out there.
Bruce, oh man, you gonna boot Bruce?
He was not even invited. He doesn't even have a Facebook page.
He's right over there. He just hopped off when he heard you say that.
Travis, don't you try to like get rid of them with some wax spray?
I would, but I'd have to buy a 50-gallon drum of it to get rid of all of them.
At least they won't jump on you.
Michael would have to start selling that spray for me to kill all of them. I'd have to put in like a monthly subscription.
Oh shit.
I'm surprised it's not a swarm of like mosquitoes trying to kill Travis right now because
My order has been placed with Little Guy Cigar Shop.
what?
Yeah, I just got the email update. There's been a little stream of orders coming in.
Wait. Martin just said he had to leave, and then he came back to the chat room and said again, if you shop LGCS, use the code Amaya for 10% off.
I just bought a whole box plus a single.
Ooh.
Do you use CM10?
Of course not. I used a different code.
You used the Legion.
See, but Martina Maya, he just placed an order and used CM10. No.
Yeah, Martina Maya probably used the CN10 code.
Because he doesn't know how to
box of the
spell Maya.
crema in Rapido. I bought a whole box of those. Hopefully, good.
They are great.
I just bought a whole box of those and a single of the Corona to try that. So had to get that free shipping, so I had to throw that single on there.
Hey,
Yeah,
anything over $69.99.
Let's throw a really hard question
I was
for
at
Michael.
7203, so I made the cut.
Let's throw a really hard question for Michael. Michael, what is the least favorite cigar that you carry?
My least, out of everything that I carry, the least favorite. Ooh, wow, this is kind of hard because I like it. I like everything. Oh man,
so hard it feels like a Woody in his hands.
It does. I mean, it's almost a 10-knuckle buckler.
Oh wait,
shit. Let me think. It would have to be. Wow, that's a really, really, really hard question.
Because I'm pretty sure you smoke all of them, but you know,
yeah,
which one's your least favorite?
everything that we brought in was stuff that I knew that I was really adamant about and could get behind. It would have to be maybe the Sereno Royale, the regular Sereno Royale Maduro.
Okay.
Just because of the strength in it, the flavor's good, but the strength, like Tony, when you did a review on it, the strength is kind of up there.
Oh, yeah,
that would probably be that might be the least favorite, but still, I still like it. So.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that's a bad cigar, but sometimes you know, like I said, there's the right cigar for the right occasion. Sometimes that's too strong for normal smoking. Sometimes.
Yeah, if you eat a nice dinner and you want like a good dessert cigar, that's it because it's got the flavor, it's got a little spice, but it's got the strength to it.
Okay. Now he says that.
No, it's. I mean, it's. You could ask me anything about any of the ones that I have. I mean, it's.
No, that's perfect for me. Steak dinner.
Yeah, some people like
that's
stronger
right up
cigars.
my alley.
Yeah.
Some people like stronger cigars, and that's definitely what you choose if you like the stronger cigars. For me, like I'm light to medium smoker. For me, it will take longer to smoke that cigar because it's how strong it is. What about Brendan? Brendan, out of all the ones that you carry, which one is your least favorite, and why?
I can't answer that question.
Yeah, you can. I'm not saying which one you hate, just which one is least favorite.
You can't answer that question.
I plead the fifth.
I knew that was going to be a hard question.
The inch,
I knew that was going to be a hard
You
question.
don't like those.
Yeah, actually, no. I think Daniel's right. It would probably be inch, and it's not because of the flavor profile on the inch. It's the size. I've tried smoking that 60 ring gauge. I just cannot do. Like Thomas. I don't know how you're smoking a 70 ring gauge. It's box press, so it doesn't feel as big. It doesn't feel as like big of a cigar, but like I've tried smoking the inch 3 different times, and I can't do it. And it has nothing to do with the flavor. Like I think the flavor on it was actually I was really disappointed because I actually really enjoyed the cigar a lot. Other than I couldn't take the size.
So
that's
Brendan,
I mean that's that and he's right. That inch is a damn good cigar.
Yeah.
That's like that is so much like what's your weakness? I work too hard.
But
I'll be honest. There's one, like if I look at cigars in my profile that I actually smoke, there's 1 or 2 that are not my favorite. But out of respect for the brands, I will leave that. I'll just leave that alone. I don't mind sharing that like once we're not live, but out of respect for the brands, I'll leave it alone.
I knew that was gonna be the case.
Yeah.
I'm just saying least favorite, not like you hate it or anything like that. I'm pretty sure you would not carry a cigar that you hate. So.
But when you consider all things about a cigar, honestly, like my least favorite is the inch, and it's because of the size. And I could even say like the Casa Cuevas, like the Habano, the Maduro, and the Connecticut in the Gordo size, like any of those, like anything 58 and larger, I just don't enjoy. So I can go with any of those brands that I have that have a 60 ring gauge. That is my absolute.
But also the
favorite.
size changes the flavor profile too, right? So it might change differently a little bit, and especially for the inch, it was specially blend to be that big. So even if they made a smaller one, it probably don't taste the same.
And that's a phenomenal cigar. Like I said, I love that flavor profile. I just can't do that large of a cigar. And I tried. I mean, I tried that on the road to Vegas when I had nothing else to do, and I was like,
Yeah,
fuck it, I'll try this
it.
thing.
Actually, it was pretty good. I couldn't finish it. It was a big cigar.
Yeah,
So.
I felt like I was smoking a can of butane. You know, like.
So
Brandon just wants the La Mandaria and Lancero. I think that would make Brandon happy.
Corona.
And a Corona?
Yeah, La Mandaria wouldn't do well in a Lancero. It would do very well in a Corona size.
To answer Martina Maya's question, it's because they're on Facebook. If it's on Facebook or Twitch, you're not gonna see it in your chat room, but you'll see it on the screen. That's why the screen has everybody on it. Just read the one on the screen.
But that's a great question. I mean, there really is a very good question.
Yeah, everybody will have cigars that they like or they don't like. Even you can ask any rep. If the rep tell you that they love every single cigar they carry, they're bullshitting. There's gotta be one or two that they don't like as much. They don't necessarily have to hate it. They just have to. I prefer the other one. Like some people prefer Robusto over.
And I would agree with that to a point. However, like for me, and it's funny because I was referred to another company yesterday. One of the brands I carried, they called me and said, "Hey, somebody else is looking for somebody. Would you be interested in that brand as well?" And I'm not going to mention the brand, but when we're off air, I can tell you the story because there's a whole backstory to this that's freaking hilarious. But I can tell you, like when he was talking to that other brand that's looking for somebody, he said, "Brandon is very particular. He's not like all of your other reps out there." He said he's very, very particular on the brands that he carries. And if he doesn't like the brand, he's not going to carry it. So that's one of the things that I've done from day one is I made sure that every single cigar in my portfolio, every single brand that I carry, that I appreciate the brand owners. I find them to be very positive, uplifting, good people. They make excellent cigars. They've got great ratings. There's just, they believe in quality. They believe in family. Like there's a lot of things that came into play when it came to picking the brands. And so when I look at my portfolio, it is really hard to pick it out because I will literally smoke everything in my portfolio other than the large ring gauge.
How is this, Brendan? I have another good question for you. Okay, now if somebody was to look through cigars and then they look through magazine, they're like, "Why is Brendan all the cigars that you carry is not on the magazine? Why should I believe that? If it's not on the magazine, that must, people must not think that was really good because it's not on the magazine." What will you tell them that? What will you say why it's not on the magazine even though it's a good cigar?
A couple things. One, a lot of the brands are actually in the magazine, but they are in the magazines organically. They're not in there with advertising dollars. And I think that's more important to look at is what cigars are in what magazines organically. Meaning the owner of that magazine or the writers, the editors decided, hey, we need to do an article on this cigar because XYZ. It's so good. It's a new release, whatever. The majority, actually all of the brands I carry, they don't have a multi-million-dollar advertising budget. When the brands get to that size that they have that budget, they typically are hiring a rep in-house. They're not going with an outside broker like myself. So you're not going to see that $1 million advertising budget coming out of the cigar lines that I offer.
But would you say that that tells you a lot, especially when they don't spend the money to do advertising and people still smoke them?
Yeah, it means a lot. I mean, when you look at a company like that, they have millions of dollars to dump into advertising so that people see their brand over and over and over again. What that does is it creates a brand recognition. So you walk in the humidor, you go, "Oh, I've heard of this," and that you're buying that out of a comfort because you've seen it before. Brands like Casa Cuevas and Espinosa and the brands that I represent that don't have those large marketing budgets, they rely on somebody informing you and showing you that cigar. And then you trying that cigar and you going, "Wow, this is really good. And I want this to be a part of my rotation." So they rely on the cigars and the quality of the product to speak for itself more than just flooding you with their name over and over and over again.
So yeah, I think that's a good point because a lot of people will choose their cigars based on what they see on the magazine. And I think that the magazine, like every 2 pages is an advertisement, right? And a lot of time you gotta find Gurkha, you gotta find Oliva. I'm not saying that the cigar's not good, but they kind of flood and the supplemental message to you that these are the good cigar and only these are the good cigars. A lot of time you might want to read the editorials to see what people think about other cigars, and those opinion does matter a lot, right? And I think I've seen a few cigars that you carry has pretty good score. I think like Casa Cueva has like 90 something score before. I
Yeah,
can't remember exactly.
I think the La Mandaria got like a 93. I mean, there's so many different people out there rating, and you have to look at like the top 10, review and rating sites that are out there, and you can actually get that list. What I like to do is I look at Half Wheel, and I see who Half Wheel's looking at for their overall ratings for the end of the year, because they're really looking at all the different rating systems. Now, if you look at that, typically they're pulling out like the Cigar Aficionados and those guys, one, because they're competition, but number two, like you can look at a lot of that and you see that it's a bot rating. Not that, and that doesn't necessarily mean that a manufacturer wrote a check and said, give me the number 2 spot. But you can see that, you can tell that the advertising dollars have an effect on the rating system and on that top 10. You guys are such
it's dumb right now.
Just dumb. But you can see that the ratings are affected by the amount of advertising that's done by those companies.
And one of my problems is that I read magazines. I find out a lot of magazines actually talk more about Cuban cigars than a cigar that's available here, and that kind of generates that false sense that Cuban cigars are better, because you see a lot of them and they will keep talking about them, how premium they are and all that stuff. And in the end, if you think about it, cigars are made pretty much the same. What did I miss?
I mean, look at the Espinosa Habano. What did they get? The number 11?
No, I don't know. Wait, I can't.
Oh, wait,
know what's so funny.
I need to get up. You guys shut the hell up, would you?
That's a lot of damage.
Flex seal. All right.
What did I miss? Why do I always be the one that missed something?
It's okay, Tony.
Because you're always in the bathtub. No, there's Espinosa Habano got number 11. Yeah, the number, I think it was the Espinosa number. I think it was a Habano number 4 size, if I remember right. They got number 11 from Cigar Aficionado, and they don't advertise with them. So,
and in the end, those points are opinions, right? So it's better if you just try it, find out, because there's gotta be like 90 point something cigar that you smoke that you don't like, for sure, right?
Well, I mean, it's like personally, not saying that like Rocky Patel cigars are bad, but everything it's a high rating. They are. It's a high rating. It's put up, but I've never had one Rocky that is like wowed me, and that's like, oh shit, I gotta buy boxes of that thing. It just doesn't happen.
Right. So there gotta be cigars where you see a high point that you're not gonna like. There's gotta be cigars that's high point that you absolutely love, or even low point that you absolutely love. And in the end, use the magazine and online information as like, hey, there's something new, go try it, and then try it for yourself.
Well, I'll give you a perfect example. I'll give you an example of one of my brands. That way I'm not ragging on somebody else or anything like that. Y Picarillo. Last year was number 1 cigar of the year. Not this year, last year, right? To 2018, number 1 cigar of the year for the Encore. Oh, look at, is everybody frozen?
No, you're good. You came back.
No, you're back.
Okay. Yeah. No, I got everybody frozen. I should be taking pictures of everybody right now. Because Thomas is in a beautiful position. Just getting that 770. Oh, please stay frozen. Hold on.
Oh, Travis.
Oh, beautiful. Just get it, bro. You're a lemming. Everything is completely frozen on my side. That's awesome.
But we can see you just fine.
Okay. So look at like Y Picarillo. They had the number 1 cigar of the year. Was the Encore Majestic. A few years prior, they had the La Historia E3, which was number 2 cigar of the year. A lot of people, when I'm doing an event, they say, well, you know what? I really think that E3 was a better cigar than the Encore. They think the La Historia was a better cigar than the Encore, and they like that one better. So you can look at those too and just see like where those ratings, and it's just somebody else's opinion. And it seems like the masses, when I do these events, they prefer the La Historia over the Encore. And it doesn't make one bad or one good. It just seems like that's the general preference. But when CA was doing the ratings, obviously that's what the rating came out to be opposite, right?
Well, then you can take, and like that's what's cool about like lately you've had craft coffee, craft beers, all that kind of stuff. It's been like emerging in the market. It's the thing when people explore outside, their Budweisers and your all the other crap beers. and you get into the more boutique craft beers, cigars are the same way. You can find something that you love that just because it doesn't have the spotlight in all the big names, you can find something that's really good, and a lot of times it's at a lot better price point because it doesn't have all that hype and advertising dollars thrown at it to really push it up in the market.
Right.
So what you guys will say about like limited production cigars?
That's not necessarily a bad thing. It's kind of cool. I mean, for the company, you look at it, it's cool for them to have something limited production for sales and all that kind of stuff. But a lot of times it's because it'll be like a limited availability of tobacco or something like that. And I think it's kind of a neat thing to help them kind of stand out if they're not a brand, say, that doesn't stand out for something all the time.
So a lot of people have problem with the one-off runs, like if you like the cigar, you can never find it again, kind of thing.
Yeah, like thank God they didn't do that with La Mandoria, because I would be pissed if that would have been limited production.
Oh, dude, I'm glad that thing caught legs, because I tried it and I was like, oh, this is awesome. And then they're like, oh, it's going to end up being regular production. I was like, yes.
Yeah, for real.
Some of the stuff may even be. I mean, when all the battles going on with the FDA, some of your limited production was also because of, hey, let's just get all this sold real quick. And so you might have a cigar that may not have made it through all that stuff, and you're just going to try and go, okay, we've only got 1,000 boxes. We know we can move this real quick, and then it's gone.
So, with all the FDA stuff, recently I heard that there's a lot of good news. They're kind of delaying the whole thing, and some places like, we'll just ignore that for now, kind of stuff. You think that it's going the right direction, or it's going the wrong direction?
I think it's going a direction.
I don't even think the FDA knows what direction it's going in at this point.
Well, that's why it's gone this direction, is because the FDA didn't know. Do I think it's the right or the wrong direction? I don't know. This election will tell, and then what everybody else does beyond this election, and how and the people like the CRA and the PCA and all them, seeing how they fight or if they just stop fighting, that'll determine a lot if this was the right or the wrong direction.
That's true. I mean, because it's only delaying an inevitability, because the government's not just going to give up.
Right.
So my encouragement to them when I talk with those guys is, right now we have a favorable audience, and so when you have a favorable audience, right now we have a. Listen, I'm not getting political, but whether you agree with the president or not that's in the office, the actions that have been put forth by our current sitting president and administration has shown that they are about less government regulation. And so when you start looking at that, you go, okay, what is the opposing party really, what have their actions previously been, has been towards more government regulation. So when you look at those two parties, and I'm not saying one's right, one's wrong, I'm not getting political, but when you look at those two parties and you say, right now we have a party in office that is about less regulation, that means that right now is the time to go and fight the FDA, come up with an agreement, and get this thing put in a file cabinet instead of on a person's desk. So I'm hoping that they continue to move forward on this, knowing that we have a favorable audience that want less regulation, that are starting to see the separation between vape and cigars and cigarettes and chew.
Right.
Yeah.
I think any conversation is better than no conversation, right? Continued conversation will actually get more people to move on to it. So, keep up the conversation and keep up the fight against...
And popularity is going to help. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever watched the, I think it's called the Tuesday Night Cigar Show. I don't know, but Cigar Aficionado a while back posted Nick Jonas on the cover, and they got crucified for that. And those guys were saying, don't sit here and use the hashtag brother of the leaf, sister of the leaf, BOTL, and you're going to sit here and dog this guy, for being a cigar smoker. You got a celebrity, of a younger generation. Nick Jonas is in his, I guess, late 20s, early 30s, out there, promoting cigars in a good light, getting people that may not have been into it because they're fans of his. And you got cigar smokers, you're like, oh, screw the FDA, but at the same time, hey, screw this celebrity smoking cigars. it's kind of bullshit. They need to back off and appreciate it when someone actually does something like that, because the more people get into it, the more widespread it gets, the harder time the FDA is going to have coming after it.
So
Well, and we really need to spend the time to show, it was important that last year at TPE, FDA was there, and they had a booth like right in the middle of all the cigar industry, which is interesting because why they chose to put a booth in the middle of the cigar industry versus in the middle of the vape or the marijuana or the hemp, because they should be overseeing all of that, or maybe shouldn't be. Maybe it should be up to the ATF, but and that's part of the fight and the argument is who should be regulating it. But the key point was that they had their booth right in the middle of the cigar industry, which we've been fighting, and everybody was so respectful to them that they actually had such a great experience, and it showed what our industry was about. And the more we can do that, the better off we're going to be, is saying, hey, we're not bad guys. We're just a bunch of good old boys hanging out having cigars. My problem is you get some of these guys. I think it was I want to say it's JSK that came out with a cigar called "Fuck the FDA," and it's like, really?
That does.
Like that's how you want to. That's how you want to represent our industry? Is just a big middle finger to these guys, like that we're trying to show that we're good people. That's a terrible idea.
That's a cigar that's like packaged in the paper packaging and has the print outside, right? I think I've seen it before.
Yeah, they also came out with nugs. They're trying to be like cutting edge, leading edge, like we're like this edgy freaking cigar brand, blah 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 blah, and it's like, bro, like I get it. You put some CBD in a cigar, that's cute. Nobody wants to carry it.
I don't want to smoke a pine tree.
Here's a question.
Yeah, we also don't need to be putting our middle finger up to these people that And let's be realistic. I talked about this on my podcast. The interesting thing is that every single cigar that comes into this country, we pay a 50-cent tax on every single cigar that comes into this country. Think about this. The tax goes to the government. The government is funding the FDA. And then now our cigar manufacturers are also paying for these events and writing checks to PCA and CRA and all these guys. So they're helping to fund that stuff too, to fight the very FDA that we just funded with the importation of our cigars. So we're paying for both sides of the fight.
So here's a chat room message here by Rix Cogs 9. It says, "Is Monted Fortuna fake news? I've tasted the best of Nicaragua. Is there any point to going Cuban?" I don't know what Monte Fortuna is.
It's real. One of our members actually gave me some. Monte Fortuna is a real deal. It's not fake. That's a real deal.
Okay, so is there any?
You're buying Cuban cigars out of Madrid. You got to wait a little bit, but it is a real deal.
Here, Rix, I can tell you that majority of the people here in this screen that you're looking at have tried Cuban. And especially me, because I'm from outside the U.S., so I've tried a lot of Cuban, and Cigar Mechanics had plenty of Cubans, but in the end we chose to continue to smoke the cigars that we have here, is because different people have different profile that they like, and I particularly think that Cubans have this one taste that's actually somewhat flat to me. I like complexity, so you can go Cuban if you want to, but for a lot of us, if we're looking for different things, we go with the cigars that we have here. I mean, why go through all those trouble for cigars when you have good cigars here too? I'm not saying that there's no space for Cuban at all in the U.S. But if you can find your way for it, go for it. But I gotta tell you that once you smoke a Cuban, if you smoke it with open mind, don't smoke it like this is the unicorn, I'm gonna have it. This is gonna be like a special
it's
thing.
not that. If
you smoke it like that, you gotta think that's the best cigar in the world, right? And that will go with any cigar that you can possibly smoke. But if you go smoke an open mind, you might find that a lot of Cuban cigars are pretty normal,
and mild,
right?
I'll tell you, I don't even think the Red Dot Cohibas are worth the price. I mean, there's a lot of other cigars that are much, better especially for the price. They're way overpriced, man. Those Red Dot Cohibas.
Well, the thing you're going to look at with Cubans is you're going to get them. Our cigars are designed to be smoked now because they're aged. Everything's properly fermented and aged, all that kind of stuff, right? And so when you're getting Cubans, a lot of the time, you are having to age them because they try to ramp up and meet so much production for the rest of the world. You're having to age them 2-3 years before you can smoke them and they're any good because they're young otherwise.
Right.
Well, there's one way to know.
recommend
There's one way to know that you got a real box of Cubans. If you buy a full box of Cubans and you smoke them and half of them are plugged and the other ones, tunnel like crazy, then you know that you got real Cubans. I mean, the reality of the Cuban cigars, and this isn't a rag on them. It's reality. They have terrible quality control. Quality control is not something they care about. Number two, Cuba imports a lot of Nicaraguan tobacco for the cigars because they can't keep up with the production that is going out. So they've got to import tobaccos from other countries to be able to keep up with the production of their cigars. And so a lot of those, actually, you're not getting full Cuban tobacco in those anyways. So get a blended cigar and try something that's local. There's one way I explain Cuban cigars that's really, really easy that most men can understand. But it's kind of like that Asian massage with a happy ending, right? You go in and you go in and you get a really shitty massage with a subpar blowjob or handy, but it just is so great because you're not supposed to be there. That's basically the Cuban cigar. Like half of what makes the Cuban cigar really good for most people is the fact that it's hard to acquire. You really aren't supposed to have them because it's illegal to import, and so you're smoking cigars is an emotional thing. Most people like cigars that they smoked with their dad. Even if it's a shitty cigar, they just remember smoking them with their dad or their grandpa. So that's why they enjoy the cigar. Cubans are that same way. You're going like, ooh, I really shouldn't be doing this. It's almost, it's that exciting thing, right?
Let me just put it out there for like a regular concept, okay? A concept you can think of, okay? Cuban are like number one fake cigar in the world, right?
Yeah, I wanna
Cubans
get that
are number
quoted.
one cigar that's faked in the world, right? And they are not the most expensive cigar out there that's being faked, right? So why do you think people will buy those fake cigar and bring it back and think that's still good? It's because that in the end, it's the feel, it's the thought that you have. So, this is the unicorn. This is what I'm smoking. This is the it. And even when you smoke a bad, fake, imitated Cuban, you're like, oh, this is the best thing. It's because the mental part. They're not necessarily the best cigar out there, right? So, in the end, what the hell are you doing, Travis? So in the end, if you think about it, if you can smoke a fake Cuban and think that's the best cigar in the world, Cuban are mostly just that thought, right? And is Cuban gonna beat most cigar out there? Probably not. I can tell you, just for one example is Davidoff. I smoke Davidoff, and Davidoff choose not to go Cuban anymore, right? And they're still worldwide famous. They don't have to be Cuban. So that just tells you that, it's the same stuff, but different flavor. It's like going to a Chinese restaurant, order different food. There's got to be food that you like. So, yeah, if you want to go Cuban, try it with an open mind, but I don't think it's going to make that much difference to you. And then whatever that fits your palate, right? Because if you really like that earthy grassiness of the Cuban cigar, you might like Cuban, then go for Cuban. But what I'm saying is that there are other cigars that you might enjoy that's much easily purchased and much easier to enjoy. You don't have to deal with quality issue. You don't have to deal with shipping issue. You don't have to age it for 3 years before you forgot to smoke them. And you can enjoy the cigar. Cigar is supposed to be a event, enjoy time, not supposed to be a big hassle to be able to get cigars. So if you have easy way of getting them and make sure that you get your money worth and you think it's worth your money, then do it. If not, there are other options out there, and a lot of times those options are better.
Yeah, my opinion on Cubans is, if the day ever comes when they're legal in the United States, curiosity will ramp up their sales for the first year, and then they'll be giving them away because people will realize that the cigars we have here are 1,000 times better than Cuban cigars. And that's, I guess that's my opinion, but that's probably pretty close to a fact.
I mean, are there good Cuban cigar out there? Yes, there are some cigars that are really, really good. But is it worth your money? That's the question, right? But in the end, other side of grass is always got to be greener. So you're in the U.S., you want to buy Cuban. But when you're outside the country, everybody want to buy the cigars that we have here. Like people go to buy U.S.
we know guys that are in Germany, right? And in the Netherlands, and they can't get everything that we have here, and they would love to get it because their whole market is flooded with Cuban. That's all they can get.
Right. So
And Michael's
no,
right. Take it from me. I'm an educated man.
Red Dot Cohiba is a completely different company than Cohiba. That's true. Yes, Red Dot Cohiba.
Yeah,
is
that's
a
the
US company.
Altitude brand. I think that's how you say it.
Yeah, understand, Evan, but yeah. So right now, because the way they're pumping out the cigar, and then they reduced production too because they couldn't keep up with all those Vitolas, right? They had to get rid of some of those Cuban lineups because they couldn't keep it up. So are you getting the best quality Cuban? Probably not. But can you? Yeah, pay big dollar for it. You'll be able to do that, right? If you want to pay $100 cigars, but I can tell you that you can get much more with $100 here than a $100 cigar from Cuba. You could. You could. So in the end, it's what fits you, right? If you want to try, really.
We're not laughing at you, Tony.
Philip Alger says Prataga Series number 4, Series D number 4 is the only Cuban worth smoking.
I would disagree with that.
I think that's pretty good. I personally smoke the H. Upmans, but even that is not good. I have all of those. I won't smoke it every day. I rather.
How about you're gonna make me choke on my smoke? Stop.
I rather smoke something that's much easier for me to smoke. Yeah, if I'm out of the country, I have no choice. I'm not gonna bring 2 boxes of Casa Cueva with me when I leave the country. But so I will smoke whatever Cuban that is. But a lot of time I'll find regular Cuban, this Cuban versus the other Cuban, they are very similar. They're so similar that I don't think that too much different. I'll end up going to Davidoff buy U.S. cigars. Right?
So Tony, I see the problem. You need to buy 2 boxes of traveling cigars.
I'm not gonna carry it with me. That's the problem, okay?
They're small. You can carry them with you. It's okay.
No.
Well, what's funny is you'll find more fake Cubans in Cuba than you will anywhere else.
Well, technically,
I don't
even
know
the
if you knew
fake
that or
Cuban
not.
in Cuba is still Cuban.
No,
Their shavings, that's still Cuban.
but you'll find more fake Cubans in Cuba than you will anywhere else.
Yeah, it's true. Because everywhere else actually do their, they have legal, like the country government is like, they have their oversights. But, Cuba don't. Cuba just want to make money. So, I don't know. I mean, like, how do you guys expect me to keep a straight face to talk about these things when I have to see you guys laughing to death?
You want me to repeat the last thing that said?
What?
Well, you said the other side of the grass is always greener.
Yeah.
The actual phrase is the grass is always greener on the other side. Not the other
Does it
side of the
matter?
grass is always greener because it does, because if you actually look at the other side of the grass, it's brown.
Oh, fuck.
You gotta
But-
pick that kind of shit? Really?
but there was do you want the response to that?
Go ahead and just read what Travis sent.
The other side of the anus is always wiener.
Oh shit!
Travis, really? You do
Yes,
this to me?
I'll laugh at that.
Travis, really? You do this to me? And it's not even after show.
I don't know what they're talking about. I'm lost here.
Who was the one that made that comment?
Fuck, dude.
That was Daniel.
Sure.
Sure.
I mean, just look at me. Do I look like somebody who would write that?
But
It was
here's
like
the
a
thing.
redneck Tupac.
It was Tupac the Frog.
I got my point across, okay? I got the point across, right?
That's too hot.
Too hot.
Too hot.
Oh my
No,
god.
but I think and it's important to know too. Like, just because you're buying a cigar in Cuba does not make that cigar Cuban. And I run into that all the time because you ask them, hey, what's your favorite kind of cigar? And they say, oh, I only smoke Nicaraguan. And inevitably they point out a cigar that's rolled in Nicaragua, but it has a shit ton of Dominican tobacco in it. And so people get very confused between that. Like, just because it's rolled in Nicaragua or just because you're buying it in Nicaragua or wherever it is, doesn't make it that's what that cigar or that tobacco consists of. Right?
Okay, so here's another question. It says, thank you, boys. Last question. Looking for a monthly. I've stumbled upon Micro Nomad and small batch of Ezra. Do I fight for a spot in Pravada's rotation? from what I heard, like the Ezras are like they're bundles, right? They're like kind of bundle cigars. They're like overruns.
No. So Ezra Zion and Nomad Cigars are the same company. So it's really interesting because they say, oh, we're coming out with the short run. It's going to be the chocolate stout, or the white ale or the, whatever, the dirty soldier, whatever. Like they've got all these different freaking, not the Sanchez, Travis, stop it. But they have all these names that come out. And then if you switch over to Nomad, you'll see those same names come out like the next year. And so they're promoting a short run cigar as a cigar that comes out. They're long filler, they're a quality cigar. They actually came out with one too that had no wrapper leaf, and people like bought the shit out of it. They're like, oh, cool, I get to experience a cigar with no wrapper leaf and I'm gonna pay full price for it. It's like, what a genius idea by Ezra Zion, right? Like, let's get rid of the most expensive tobacco on the cigar and sell it for the same price. It blew my mind.
My personal opinion on the Ezra Zion is that out of their whole, like all the time they release like a really quick thing, like 5 minutes sold out thing, there's only one cigar that I like. And then when they named it, like whatever things, it doesn't taste like what they named it as. Like I didn't think it was that complex.
The pumpkin spice actually had like some pumpkin spice to it. It actually had like a unique kind of a pumpkin-y spice to it. So I've got a bunch of them. The POTUS tastes just like a president. No, but
now we know who was really underneath the desk.
Ooh.
Yeah. I asked Monica, so.
But like in terms of flavor, I don't think they are that special. I mean, if you want to to go with that niche, you can go for that. I mean, for me, I still got make fun of for buying a cigar that looks like a tampon from them. So
dude, that shit made me laugh when I saw the packaging on that. I was like, it looks like
I didn't make
tampon.
That packaging. I didn't make that packaging. But yeah, I don't think it's that special.
They make pretty good stuff. Ezra Zion actually had a really good following and a lot of really good placement in shops. And then they started selling direct to the consumer at a discounted rate, and they shot themselves in the foot. And every single freaking cigar shop that carried them said no more. The All My Ex's Maduro Lancero, that thing was freaking fire, dude. That thing was such a good cigar. And they had a really good lineup. And even the Nomad, they had some pretty good stuff. I think Soapbox was one of theirs that was a part of that line. That was really good. The Block was pretty good. But they had a lot of really good cigars and a lot of good following until they kind of shot themselves in the foot. Now they're doing coffee and they're doing cigars, and you can get their app and you can buy these short runs. Oh, there's only 536 of these ever made. And then you see them come out in Nomad again. It's like, well, there was actually more of them made. You just told us there was only 536 so that people would buy them up in a matter of 24 hours.
Right, and well, here's the question is: do you think that compared to the Privadas, are they any good in comparison? Do they worth the price? Do you think? Is it worth
compared to the Liga Privadas?
Yeah,
no, compared to
Privada Club, right? Privada Cigar Club.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't personally do monthly. If you watch my videos, I complain about a lot of monthly because I'm a big Karen. So, I will complain about the cigars I get because every time I get the cigar, I get one cigar that I might smoke and the rest is probably like, giveaways. So, that's me. But then if you like to try different cigars and you don't mind to pay the premium for it, then do it,
Well, the monthly is the best way. I think a monthly cigar pack, there's so many good ones out there, and it's one of the best ways to really, for fairly inexpensive, to be able to try anywhere from 3 to 5 cigars new every single month. Especially for a beginning smoker or somebody that may not have a very large budget, it's a phenomenal way to get 5 cigars every month and say, you know what, I didn't like that one, I like this one. You're going to get to experience all those and then start finding the ones that you like. And you may cancel the subscription after 6 months because you found 10 cigars that you want to rotate through. But ideally, the whole idea is to continue to try different cigars and then then you find the cigar you like and you try different vitolas or sizes of that cigar that you like. Because the crema in the Robusto smokes way different than the crema in the Rabito or in the Corona. And the flavor profile is completely different and the smoke production is different. So try all those different things, and that's what the monthly lets you do.
Okay, Rick said that he's looking for a cigar club on the LE cigars and best bang for your buck. I mean, you could get the best bang for your buck by trying out some of these clubs. My big issue is that a lot of those clubs is that if you find a cigar that you like, it doesn't mean that you can find that cigar again.
Well, and that's
So
what
there-
Privada does. Privadas, it's hard to get them again. They're usually rare and limited editions that they only have.
So like it bothers me if I can't have if I like a really good cigar and I can't find it again, it bothers the crap out of me. So,
But there's a couple good ones out. There's a couple good ones out there that do send out stuff consistently. I think there's one called like Dirty Birdie or something like that. I know that you have a few of them. I think like My Monthly, they send out stuff that you can get again. That's pretty common.
I think the My Monthly has a website I can buy the cigar that they sent you.
Well, you
Yeah.
just had
Yeah.
one on Down to the Nub. They could go back and watch that and learn about Luxury Cigar Club.
Exactly. Yeah. Go back and watch Luxury Cigar Club on the Down to the Nub that we had 2 weeks ago. Then you can meet, you can see Chris. The cool thing about them is that they spend a lot of time in their forums and talking to people, and they'll help you find the cigars if you like them. And typically, what they do is they over order for their membership, so that they have them available after the membership for you to still be able to purchase.
I heard a lot of good stuff about the luxury cigar shop. So they people say they get pretty good cigar for their price. Cigars. Monthly cigar has its place. It's just it's good for some people. It's not good. The only way to know it is try out. And there are gonna be months that you totally bumped out, and there's gonna be months that you're absolutely happy about it. And that's how it works, right? It's like a blind box.
Well, I mean, look at you. You never would have tried Casa Cuevas. And what helped you try Casa Cuevas was the fact that you and I got to know each other.
Yeah, but
we
that's
talked about
different
it, and I
because I'm
introduced-
getting opinions from people I trust rather than a shop
No,
that
I
I've
know,
never
but
seen before.
but hear me out. Not everybody has access to that, and so I mean, everybody has access to it. Not everybody takes advantage of it or takes the time to get to know a group or to grow those relationships. Or not everybody and a lot of people don't have a cigar shop in their area, and so they're reliant upon buying online. And online, you're usually kind of either relegated to the sampler packs they have, or you're buying, at least five cigars of everything. You can't just go buy one of this, one of this, one of this. And for those people, the membership pack is phenomenal because you're going to get just a random 5 that you don't even know what they are. Somebody else has picked them for you, and it's a random 5 that you get to try out to see if you like something. And I think there's something exciting about that because it takes away from band bias. It takes away from you looking at a cigar and saying, "Oh, I'll never smoke that because it's a dark wrapper. It's going to be too full for me." Now you have this cigar and you're going to smoke it and you're going to go, "Well, shit, that Casa Cuevas Maduro with a dark toothy wrapper is not a full kick you in the nuts cigar. It's a nice medium cigar that I can experience the flavors that you would get from a Maduro without being knocked on my ass."
Yeah, I think in the end, it's to shop what fits you. Because, for me, I bought a lot of crazy cigars just for the heck of it. And it wouldn't work for me because I might receive a lot of cigars that I already have. But, for someone that's exploring, and that's the best way. Like Brendan said, not everybody have access to talk to people and go to their local shop and look for cigars that are hard to find in certain places to try them.
Yeah.
If you want to try something like that, look for a monthly that not necessarily best bang for the buck because you do get what you pay for. They do have
always
business to run.
Or another thing too is join a cigar group, join a Facebook cigar group.
You can join a group and then ask for opinions. And again, just because somebody don't like a cigar doesn't mean you won't like it.
Right. And look at the groups you're joining. I mean, there's a lot of really good ones. Shadow Smokers Legion is a great group if you're looking to get involved in a family of people that you're going to build trust with. There's a lot of other groups that you can do that with, and there's also groups that you can join. I found that a lot of just the open forum groups, you got like C2 that, and some of these groups that anybody can just join, and there's not a lot of moderation. That's not a group like you're going to post in there and go, "What's everybody's favorite cigar?" And you're going to get 9,072 freaking responses of everybody saying everything that's a major brand that they've seen in a magazine.
Yeah.
You get into some of those smaller groups, they're going to say, "Oh, have you tried this XYZ?" And you're going to, "I've never even heard of that." Like, "Oh yeah, they're in have you Martinez Cigars?" They're not over here on the West Coast. Nobody's even heard of them, but they're rolled right there in New York, and they make excellent cigars.
Tiny shop.
Nobody would try it. Huh?
Tiny shop. You can see them roll the cigar right there.
Yeah, you can go in and see them roll, but you never would know that if you went on a large group like C2. That's going to get, if it gets mentioned, it's lost in all these comments of Rocky Patel and Macanudo and Ligas, and then you get the dumbasses that you go and I'm looking for a mild cigar, I'm new, and people are like, oh, smoke LFD, smoke a Liga, smoke this, and it's like, you guys are, go get a freaking Warhead 6 La Bomba, that's going to be nice and mild and perfect for you. Don't go to those groups because those guys are going to make you hate cigars. You're going to hate your life when you're done smoking that cigar. Like, find groups like Shadow Smokers. I've got a group. You can get in any of these groups. And the great thing too, like Michael, you've got your sampler packs, on Little Guy Cigar Shop. Pick up a sampler pack. Then you could try a brand. Try Espinosa. Try Casa Cuevas. Try Sereno. Try Y Picarillo. And go through those samplers to find the brands and start pinpointing what you like. Then you come back to the group and you say, hey, I really love the Murcielago. I love the Casa Cuevas Maduro Reserva. And you're in a group like Shadow Smokers, you're not going to get a guy going, oh, you like these full-bodied cigars? Here, try this Macanudo. That's going to be right up your alley. Like, really? So find those groups that are smaller, closed, private groups. Ask for an invite to come in and be a part of that group and participate in that group. Don't just join so you can freaking stalk people. Like, get in and actually participate and get to know people, and they'll help guide you to your palate.
It says Saka seems to be hitting the right lately, and Foundation, and right at that $10 to $20 range. Only a CDM member interested in others. Smoke a post and Aganosa Supreme Leaf Toro, super decent.
$10 to $20. That's in cigars. That's a huge price range.
Yeah,
that's like Kia to Ferrari.
Yeah,
it depends on where you are.
$10 to $20 cigar is, you're looking at the premiums. So
you can buy almost anything under $20 that you would ever. I mean, Michael doesn't even sell a $20 cigar.
No.
But yeah, I mean, if you smoke like Liga 9s, you're in their range. You're in that range. If it DTTs, close that range. Placencia, close to that range. But if that's what you like to smoke, then I would really suggest you to actually look for what you like to smoke rather than cigar.
And it will change because my palate this year alone has drastically changed. I am not in the market like me and Brittany were talking earlier. We're building a collage on our wall with all the cigar boxes, and I don't looking through all the Saka boxes I have, and nothing against those cigars. They're great cigars, but like Michael was saying, you can get. Like, look at the La Mandaria. If somebody brought you that box, brought you that cigar, and you smoked that cigar, and they said, hey, how much does this cost? A year ago, I would have said $17 because it could go for that with no problem. It could go for 20. You could set it next to Opus X and sell it for 25. And if nobody knew any better, Casa Cuevas, their lines could start out at $12 and go to 20 with no problem because that's the flavor and the quality, and obviously the freaking presentation that you get to warrant that price range. But on the flip side of that coin, there are $25 and $30 cigars that do not belong in that price range whatsoever. So, if you just forget price, and I just started buying boxes here. I bought nothing but samplers and 5-packs. If anybody's starting out, don't buy boxes. If you get some, say, man, this is great. Smoke 4 or 5 of them, smoke 4 or 5 of something else. You will find where you want to be, but it's going to take a couple years, not a couple months. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, it sounds like that. Rick smokes like those cigars. I mean, we've been into CDN before, so we know like what kind of cigars that you can pick up in CDN. And I can tell you that I used to be that guy that will actually buy cigars just because they're price high. And I can tell you that it's worth for you to try some of those underdogs because you'll be surprised. Because lately I got into smoking those short stacks from Little Guy Cigar Shop, and I'm definitely not the type of people that will smoke a bundle of cigars. I'm like, what? That's the pennies. I'm not gonna use pennies to buy cigars. You know what I'm saying? So I tried it. I like it. Just try some of those underdogs. That you might be surprised.
Those short stacks are also back in stock.
Shut up.
And it's good that those are in samplers too, because you can get your Casa Cuevas, your Espinosa, and also a couple of those bundle sticks. Because there ain't many places where you can get, you know, the bundle sticks in with the regular sampler. So the fact that you did that, I mean, that's a good thing. It's a really good thing.
Well, and then that can also help. That can help showcase that, you know, just because it's got a really big name, it's got a really fancy. It's got a really. Later. All right, later. It's got a really fancy band that it's not necessarily a good cigar, because like those short stacks, the house blends that we have they're all 100% long filler, you know, 4-year aged fillers, and you know, premium wrappers on them, and they hold their own, but they're at an extremely great price point compared to that $7. You're getting something for like $3.
Well, and here's the other thing to think about too. Like, here's the other thing I want to point out too, because we mentioned, like, you know, CDN, and nothing against CDN. I mean, they're one of the shops that I sell to. They're a great shop. The thing you have to be careful in those groups is that CDN's job is to sell cigars, and Tim has his palate, and there's nothing, you know, listen, that's his palate, and a lot of people listen and they follow, and that's great. It's an opportunity to try them. When you start seeing those groups and you start seeing that he's got a cigar that he's selling more because maybe he's smoking it more often because it's something that he smokes, so people are seeing it more, you start seeing those cigars gain a popularity within those groups because people are following one certain individual and enjoying that cigar. Plus, there's more hype behind it on those cigars. So you're going to see groups that are backed by a shop or an online retailer that are going to have certain cigars that tend to be more popular within that group. And it's always interesting to me, like big part of the reason why like I got Cuevas into that shop was by getting people in the group like Tony and Michael, like other people that were in the group during that time in CDN, to smoke them, and then they're posting them, and it created some excitement, and people wanted to start smoking them, so he had to bring it in. Same things happen with the Saka brand, same things happen with the Liga, same things happen with every other brand that's come in there. It's generating that hype within that group. And so truly find those cigars that you like, separating from the hype. Like, try and get away from those hype in the group. Matt Hashimoto is a clear example of that. He will not smoke them. Well, he waited forever to smoke the Casa Cuevas line because he wanted the hype to die out in the group in shadow smokers, and it hasn't. Like, so he saw that it's longevity, it's not just hype, and he says, all right, fine, I'll try him. And he finally tried him, and he's like, holy shit, why didn't I try this before? Why was I waiting for the hype to end?
Yeah, I mean, if you talk about, like, you know, that's what you're talking about. Like, so CDN is backed by companies. Like for group like Shadow Smoke Legion, we don't have an agenda. You know, imagine, like, you know, if I was backed, then everybody would be smoking Davidoff in the group for like 3 weeks at a time, right? Because all I used to smoke was Davidoff, right? Like, you know, I smoked a lot of Davidoff, but then that's not my agenda. The agenda is that I smoke whatever I like at that time. That's most convenient to me. Like, I didn't even smoke that many Casa Cuevas until I leave CDN. Actually, like, it was something that I slowly realized that, hey, it's actually not bad. It's actually not bad. I mean, continue to smoke Davidoff all day long? I could. But, you know, I find that, you know, a lot of time when you try some other cigars, you start to realize, hey, I can switch it up. And then that will actually expand your palate more, actually, because now you have a wide range of flavor that you can choose from, rather than say, this is the cigar I like, I'm only going to smoke these cigars. And whatever these people tell me to smoke, because they smoke these premium and only these premium.
Right. Yeah, so just be aware of the groups you're in, because there's many different groups out there. Shop back groups, or, you know, groups that are developed from a shop or a retail sales space are going to be promoting certain brands, creating hype around those brands because maybe they get a better margin on that. Maybe there's, you know, whatever the reason is. Maybe that shop owner's a better friend with that rep, or whatever it is. I'm not saying that's the case, but there's different agenda behind that. Then you have the other groups that are wide open. They're 15,000 members. You post a picture of a freaking, you know, remote control, and everybody's like, fake, 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 fake. And you get the douchebags and the retards that really don't know what they're doing. And they're not experts in it, but they are self-proclaimed experts, and they're trying to put you on a full-bodied cigar when you're a brand new smoker. You know, so you want to find those closed groups. You know, shadow smokers. I've got my group, the Cigar Mechanic Garage. I'm a part of Holy Smokes, which is a great group of, you know, of good guys. It's a closed group.
Martina Maya also have a group.
Martina Maya, if you want to learn about all the cigars he hates, I recommend, if he says he doesn't like it, grab one and smoke it, because you'll probably love it.
And
But-
Philip says that you mean San Pereiro isn't worth $80. No cigar is ever worth $80. It's really what you're doing with it.
Oh, Sans Parai.
No cigar is worth $80. Okay, I won't even tell you any cigar from Davidoff is worth $100. All right, no cigar should worth that much. It's really what you feel to spend and what you're doing with it at that time.
And the dude behind that the dude behind that brand is, and I'll just say it because I'll say it to his face. I don't give a shit. Like that guy's a freaking weirdo, bro. Like I'm expecting him to pull up in like a Chomo van. Like there's just something weird about that dude. And coming up and being like, bro, like here's a super Lancero. Basically, it's like 2 Lanceros end to end, and so it's this long Lancero, and it's $80.
Holy shit!
Like a Corona sized cigar is like 26 or $30 for a freaking Corona. Like you're out of your damn mind, bro. Like, and don't try and tell me that tobacco costs more because it didn't. Don't be stupid. So I to me, like it had its hype. People were like, well, what is this all about? And now people can't move that cigar worth a damn because everybody that was interested in the hype and trying that cigar is over it.
Just for comparison, $50 you can buy a Woody, and that's a lot of tobacco.
Yeah.
Well, it's like you gave me that Island Prince where the stuff's grown in Hawaii and then it's over to what, Nicaragua and rolled and then shipped back. Yeah, and those are what, $10-$12, and those things are phenomenal, dude. That was Corona size.
Thomas, you have feedback.
Yeah.
What's up?
Your speaker is having a feedback on what we're talking.
I'm sorry.
So yeah, I mean it's whatever worth your money, but a lot of time you just gotta try it. But there are some cigars that's ridiculous and it's not worth the money. And really don't go with the hype because the certain Vitola is weird and all that stuff. $80 is not worth a lot. Just like what did Saka say? Not even himself will pay $100 for Unicorn. Same idea.
Yep.
You're paying for the feel of it. You're paying for the rarity of it. You're not paying for the cigar. So if you're careful, get best bang for your buck. Don't spend crazy money on cigars.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I smoked the Garcia E. Garcia when it came out. That was from my father. It was like a $36 cigar. And it was like, I remember when that one came out at $36 and everybody's like, holy shit, that's an expensive cigar. And now you got Saka with this $100 freaking Unicorn, which I'm not even gonna smoke. If he gives me one, I'll smoke it. But like I'm not gonna spend the money on it. Because I learned from that dude. I smoked that Garcia. I smoked 2 of them, and they were probably one of the top 5 worst cigars I've ever smoked in my life.
He asked,
and it was $36.
He asked, not even the Royal Salute is worth $80.
The Royal who?
Salute.
Who's that? Phil asking that?
Rick.
What's the Royal Salute?
Not even that
Don't know.
Royal Salute is worth $80.
That is beyond my realm of expertise.
I never smoked that cigar.
R-O-Y-A-L-S-A-L-U-T?
Salute, S-A-L-U-T-E.
Cigar. I've never even heard of that. Arturo Fuente? Oh, yeah. No. Is that worth $80?
All right, let me see. Oh, that? I actually have that
No.
cigar. What? Box of 10 is 80. A single is
Yeah,
what?
box of 10 is
Single's only
$80.
8.
It's $8 a cigar.
Yeah,
If you're spending $80 on that one cigar, dude, you got ripped off.
Yeah, it's not. I was like $80 Royal Salute. I never heard of it. But yeah, $8 cigar. I mean, no cigar is gonna worth 80. No cigar is gonna worth 80. Okay, not even Davidoff will go out there and put out their regular cigars worth 80. Even they're like limited, vault release is only $39 a cigar. So, and Unicorn is not worth it. Yeah, Unicorn is not worth $100. Not even the person who made it says it's worth it. He's like, why am I? Why am I?
Who said it's not worth it? Was it? Who said it's not worth it?
Philip Alger.
Yeah, Phil. Okay. Phil, that's one of the only smart things I've heard you say about a cigar.
And I can tell you, I personally bought a few Unicorn just for the hype, to collect. But like after I buy it, I don't even smoke it. I smoked one, and I was like, damn, I paid $100 for this. So.
Yeah, would you rather buy one cigar, or would you rather buy 2 cigars, or buy a box of good cigars?
Right. And he's like saying Davidoff. Okay, I buy expensive Davidoff cigar. Okay, I bought the Royals. I bought Oro Blancos. Right? They're $500 cigar. Are they worth it? No. But they fit the event for celebration, whatever. So we spend the money for the celebration. Not necessarily that this cigar is really worth $500. So if you try to get what is worth the cigar, not what you're spending. Okay, you literally you spend $500 on this. It's probably $450 is for the box. That's why I keep the box, because this is $450 right here, not the cigar.
Right.
The cigar
Right.
maybe $30, $40 cigar, but not. No, this is the $400 you're spending on. So no cigar should worth that much. And a lot of time you're buying, you know, like when you buy Royal Release, yeah, one cigar is $100, but you gotta really think that price spread out between 10 cigars to pay for that humidor that you buy with it. So when you buy one cigar, you're like, why is it $100? Well, because you pay for the packaging, right? That packaging is what they're charging a lot of money for, not literally, you know, not literally that cigar is worth that much. You're paying for the packaging. All right.
When you're paying for markup, you're just paying markup. You're paying hype. I mean, look at the unicorn. You're not even paying for packaging. It comes in an individual coffin. You know, for that cigar, it's a standard cigar in an individual coffin. Like, you're not even paying for packaging on that cigar because it's just a wooden coffin cigar. And I've seen those. You see those cigars for $15 all day long in their individual coffins.
And you gotta understand, a lot of cigar is priced so that certain people can get to smoke it. It's not like they don't want to make the money. They want to make it so that only certain people smokes it, and that have that feel to it. It's like, I'm that person. I've made it. I celebrate with that. Not necessarily because that cigar's worth that much. It was because it was created to celebrate. You know, it's just a lot of Padrones. The amount of price is crazy for a tiny cigar, but they market it to celebrate. That's a celebratory cigar, and not necessarily that cigar is really worth that much. You pay that much to celebrate.
And you want to know what that unicorn did? More than anything, that unicorn got people talking about Steve Saka's brand. And so sometimes you bring out a cigar like the unicorn, and that's why Saka's like, I don't even think it's worth it. But you know what? Now Saka comes out and goes, I don't even think it's worth it. And everybody starts saying, hey, Saka. Saka said it wasn't worth it. Saka this, Saka that. Now everybody's talking about Saka because of a unicorn and him saying he doesn't think it's worth it and blah, 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 blah. Like, it just keeps your name. And it was a great marketing plan for him to come out with that cigar.
Same with the
phenomenal
Brulee. The Brulee generate a lot of buzz for him.
Yeah, it created a ton of buzz.
And because
Yeah,
of his
like,
argument, he was
look
able
at
to
what
release
he's
those
doing with this.
what's that, the fuck you bundle. That they
Right?
always-
I mean, that's all anybody's talking about in a lot of those groups. Freaking STFU deal he came out. I didn't personally buy one, but I mean, everybody I know bought one.
I bought one.
Right. You bought a lot.
No,
How
that was
much? How
good.
much were those, Daniel?
$56, I think, for 5.
Yeah, so I mean, the price per cigar wasn't that bad, but like, I'm not a fan of his cigars, so I'm not gonna buy anything he comes out with. But I also don't I don't really buy into the hype either. So, you know, there's two things that he's not gonna get me. One, I don't like his cigars for the most part, and it doesn't make them bad. They don't fit my palate. And number two, I'm not a hype man, so you're not gonna catch me on either of those.
Quick 30 says, I just recently smoked the unicorn on my birthday, and I had high hopes for it, and it was okay, not worth $100. Yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody will say that it's worth $100 unless, you know, they're really like, you know, feeling that they're smoking.
Yeah.
It's not.
The only thing worth $100 is a box of something good, like, you know, the box. Like, I just ordered a box of those Rabitos, and then the Espinosa Crema, and they were 70-something bucks. That's worth $70. $70 for one, not gonna happen.
So, yeah. It's how much money you want to spend, but then recognize that a lot of money that you spend goes to something else, not just the cigar itself. And a lot of times,
Well, you can get quality and quantity for your money if you know what you're buying. You can get both. Absolutely, you can get both.
Short stack.
Well, then, yeah. Well, I mean, that's what everybody like. Once they get into it for a while, unless you have an insane, you know, cigar budget for yourself every year, you start going for the best quality you can get for the best value, right? Because you start becoming a value-minded shopper because you hone in on what you like, even when you're trying to experience things, and you kind of get a price point where you're comfortable with, and then you come to things that you know you like and blends you know you like and all those kind of things. So
it doesn't mean that you can't buy those premium cigars, though. I mean, like, again, those are time and place for those cigars, and doesn't mean you shouldn't be smoking them. You know, if it makes you feel good, definitely should. But you know, if not, you know, there are everyday cigars and there are occasional cigars. You know, you can have both. The best word. You don't have to say I only gotta smoke these cigar and nothing else. Or I only gotta smoke the premium cigar because anything below $20 is shit. You know, you gotta have to try them and to fit for yourself. Like,
Right.
I buy a bunch of cigars and realize that some of them, no matter what the price is, I just don't like it. You know, and there are some really crazy price cigars I bought. I just don't like them. Right? And there are some really cheap price cigars. I end up loving them and I buy it all the time. You know, it's just you have to try it to know what is good and what your money's worth. You know, it's just like, you know, Brendan's gonna give me shit for this. Just like you can buy 2 TVs. You can buy a $5,000 TV. You can buy a $400 TV. They're all gonna do the same for you. You gotta be able to watch TV, right, and enjoy it. It's the content, right? It's the content that's how it's delivered to you is up to you, but the content is what you're paying for. So, and how much that content is worth to you.
It's really about what you need and what works for your application. I mean, if you're a guy, especially during this COVID time, right? I mean, people that were smoking 1 cigar a week are now smoking 1 to 2 cigars a day. That drastically changes your budget, especially if you're stuck in this COVID situation where you've been furloughed or your income has been lowered. You know, things have happened. Now a lot of people are starting to look and say, well, cigar brings me relaxation, brings me time with other people. It helps keep my brain from going insane. So how do I do that affordably? And you have stuff like, Little Guy Cigar Shop's Short Stack that's right there for you to be able to continue to have a good quality, premium, flavorful cigar without having to sacrifice, a ton of money for that. So now you might buy a bundle of that and you can get 2-3 bundles of that for the price of what you're going to pay for 1 box of cigars. Now you have 60 cigars for the price of 20. And you might still, you might still once a week smoke, something a little bit more premium. But those cigars are still a premium tobacco. They're still an aged tobacco. They're still blended properly. And you can maintain that smoking that you're enjoying without having to break the bank and not pay your mortgage.
And an example for the price too. Every time I go visit my brother in New York, I bring him thousands of dollars of Davidoff in a huge, gigantic bag. Okay, I'm just like, here's cigar, because he doesn't buy cigar himself. I just give him the entire bag, okay? And he's used to Davidoff. But this time I went up there, I brought him Short Stacks, and he actually texted me back and said, bro, I actually prefer these. Next time, just bring me these. It's not, that has nothing to do with the price, because he didn't actually pay for it. But he preferred these cigars. And it's just because the price is lower doesn't mean they're not as good, or it doesn't mean it doesn't fit your palate. Once you try it, you'll find out, some of them does fit your palate. It's worth for everyday smoking rather than, hey, here's $30 every time you smoke. $100 La Fina Nafica stick ammo can for $100. What?
La
100 La
Finca?
Fina stick ammo can for $100. Nafica.
Yeah. I think those are Cuban sandwich. Forgot who sells them.
Yeah, it's just like what's worth your money to your content, right? So if but I would say try them all, right? And don't overlook some of the cigars just because they're priced low. I mean, a lot of time they don't charge you for packaging. There's no packaging. There's no advertising. There's no a lot of stuff. So they end up priced lower. Doesn't mean they're any worse because there's no advertising involved.
What, on the bundle?
Yeah, the bundle sticks or even the short fillers.
Well, you got to understand, like, when you look at packaging, right? A box is going to range anywhere from $4 to $10 just for that box alone that the cigars go into, and that's before it's even sold to Little Guy Cigar Shop or any other shop. Like, that box cost is built in. So you're looking at 30 cents a stick, 50 cents a stick, somewhere in that range. For just for the box alone. So if you can eliminate that brings that price down. Then you also eliminate the bands. A band might only be 1 to 3 cents per cigar band, but you're eliminating the need to buy 100 to 200,000 bands at a time and have them sit there and wait for those cigars to be sold and blah 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 blah. So now you're eliminating that. You're just wrapping the bundle in cellophane, which is very inexpensive, and that's getting sent off. So you're already cutting off a good chunk on the wholesale side of that on those cigars. You're always going to have a 50-cent import.
And,
that's
and
not
then
going to
that's also that price goes into whatever the cigar shop you're buying from. They because they have a markup to do the business. So
Correct.
like if it's double the price, 100% markup, then that box and that band actually also gets a 100% markup too. So
Correct. Yeah. So let's just say a shop, make numbers easy. A shop brings that in and doubles the price, and so you have $10 on a box plus whatever another $2 or $1 just in the bands. So you're whatever. I mean, it starts adding up. So you're $6 into a box and bands. Now it's another $12 on the retail side. Divide that by 20 cigars. How much does that really affect it? So, at $10 for the cost, or for the after the markup on just the box and the band, you're looking at 50 cents a cigar. Well, that brings you from a $9 cigar down to $8.50. Makes it a lot easier. And then you put taxation on top of that. So when you look at a tobacco tax and you look at a state and federal and all the other taxes that are paid on that, all of those taxes are applied on the full wholesale cost of the cigar. Even though tobacco tax should only be for the tobacco, it still gets applied towards the box, the cellophanes, the bands, and everything. So in some of those states like Utah that are over 80% tax, and you got $5 wholesale on that times 80%, now that's $9 on the wholesale side of that just for the packaging.
you lose a cigar
And then let's
just on
say
the
a shop
packaging
doubles
alone.
that. Yeah, then a shop doubles that. Okay, well now you're $18 more. So it's another, just making math easy, another dollar per cigar that's just gone up because of packaging and taxation.
And that's one of the things about Davidoff cigar, right? When they charge, let's say, $1,000 for the box of the Royals, it's $1,000, right? So they essentially bought it in for $500, and that's probably because the box itself is like $100 or $200 of everything that they put together. Individual coffin on top of a humidor that's mirror and is solid wood. So they have to charge you like $100, $200, and then you pay the double. You're literally paying a lot for this packaging. The cigar itself is not that expensive. So a lot of time when you see a cigar that's like kind of naked and everything, you can still try it. It might be a jackpot. You'll be like, I'm gonna do this as everyday smoke, and all these cigar I can smoke when I feel like it. You know what I'm saying? It's like I can enjoy this every day and still be happy with it. And just once in a while, when it's sunny time, I gotta be out there. I'm gonna smoke these good cigars too. So it's just different cigar for different occasions.
A lot of cigars that come through unbanded are what's called seconds. So there are cigars that have gone through. So some manufacturers, the cigars come through the process and they get rejected for whatever reason, a blemish on the wrapper leaf, an improper wrapping, just whatever the reason is, they're getting rejected. And it's not that the cigar's damaged or is going to smoke bad. It just means that it's not good enough quality to go into the box. So they do one of two things. That cigar either goes back to the line, they pull that wrapper off, and they apply a new wrapper leaf to it so that it now fits the quality. Or a lot of them will stockpile those and they put them into a bundle and they sell them as a second without all the packaging at a reduced price because there's a blemish. It's no different than the dented can sale at your grocery store. It's the same crap in the can. It's just got a dent on the can, so it doesn't change what's in there. So a lot of those are actually the exact same cigar. They're just a lot less expensive because they couldn't go in the premium box.
Sometimes they sneak through though. You're not gonna get like. There's a lot of people that ask like, what should I do with this? I see a green color on my cigar leaf.
Yeah.
It still goes.
Well, there's
through.
human error. I mean, this is done by human eyeballs and hands. Like it's not like it's going through a machine where it's spinning the cigar and analyzing it in split seconds. Somebody has to actually look at that cigar and wrap it. You'll find though that what's really interesting, some of the companies that just pump stuff through, they don't really care about their quality. The one thing you'll find is if you see a green blemish on a cigar like that, and it's one of those larger companies that just pump through, you'll find that usually it's on the back side of the cigar. And by the back side of the cigar, I mean the opposite side that the band is facing out. So if you have the band facing out this side, you'll find that green blemish on the back side. So when you open your box, you don't see the blemish until you take the cigar out and go to smoke it.
And one of the things that I did not like about Padron is I feel like Padron cigars is the first, second, and third in there. They don't have seconds, but they have a lot of one that's like not the same color, not the blemishes, all that stuff. They will just put it out there selling the same price. They don't care. People buy it. Doesn't matter. Well,
and here's the interesting thing about Padron. They don't have reps. So they're not paying a commission to anybody.
They're still expensive.
So like you would think the cigar would be a little bit less expensive because you don't have that overhead of commission, right? So it's like
They're the company that charge more because they can. Right.
That's what's cool. That's what's cool about the boutique brands is like say Cuevas, Espinosa, Patina, Sereno. I've only had like a couple issues, and I've smoked a lot of Casa Cuevas. I've only had a couple issues with them, and same thing with Espinosa. Rarely have a quality issue. Sereno rarely have a quality issue. All that kind of stuff. That's what's cool about the boutique brands. They're not worried about pumping out the hundreds of thousands of numbers.
And also, reputation is more important for them too.
Mm-hmm.
Right? If you screwed up and it made on the news, it's probably not a good thing, right? But the big company, one or two cigars screwed up isn't gonna do anything. No one's gonna say anything about it. You go there, they swap it off, and that's it. The end. No one will say a word about it. So, anyways, I think we are here on long enough. I think that's it for today.
What's up, Daniel?
I was going to say, what's the deal with that Fuente Dubai cigar? It's like $2,000 a box.
Because it says
Probably
Fuente.
for the box. Probably for the box. I mean,
because it says Fuente and it says Dubai on it.
Yeah, everything in Dubai. Come on, everything in Dubai is. He added 0 on it because he could.
It's probably some super rare wood that they lacquered 250,000 times, and it's got a crazy mirror finish.
Let me see how the box looks like. Maybe there's a.
It still tastes like a tree branch.
I forget the actual name of it, but it's their Dubai or something. I can't remember.
You mean is that the Opus X 2020?
I don't think so. It's in a nice green box.
Yeah, it's green box, red inside. There's only 2, 4, 6, 8 cigars in there.
And it goes for about $2,000. I think 1,800, 1,900.
Let me see.
Jesus.
I would not buy anything with 2020.
No, it's
on
three.
it for
It's
that kind
3.
of money.
Yeah.
You know it's just going to be a major disappointment and letdown.
It's a box of 20 is 2,950 AED. Let's convert that.
It's like $50.
No, it's $803. $803 for a box.
No,
Holy
that's not
shit.
it. That's not it then.
The most expensive one is 3,350 AED. So they're in thousands, but they're actually priced in AED.
That's $120 then.
No, let's see here.
912 for the most expensive one. It's called Vieto de Amor.
Woo. It's way out of my price range, baby.
It's a box of 20. If you look on Mardo Cigars, he has it there for 1,970.
Jesus.
And what's it called?
It's the Opus 2020. I don't know if you can see it.
Oh, wow.
The other one I see is Arturo Fuente cigar launched in the Dubai Exclusivo during the Mr. Pink Life cigar award. And that's red and black box. That's not green.
Yeah, but what you're paying for you're paying for that X on the cigar.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, you're paying for being over there and buy them. They are raising the price just so that you can feel special. It's just like, what's the difference between a regular T-shirt and a Gucci T-shirt? They're all T-shirts, but you can be the one that wears Gucci on your body.
But Opus X in general, you're just paying for the X. I mean, really, that's what it is. It's like like Nike. You're paying for the swoosh. You know what I mean? Or like, there's so much of that stuff. You're paying for that brand that's on it more than you are for the quality of that cigar. But again, it's brand bias. People go, "Oh, this is an Opus X, man. It's the greatest thing since sliced bread." I'll tell you, I was playing poker on Sunday night with some guys, and the guy across the table from me was smoking an Opus X. I almost had to get up and leave. That thing stunk so bad. I thought maybe they put some cellophane down the center of the thing. It smelled like burning plastic. It was horrible.
Yeah. So yeah, I think we're 2.5 hours in, so we'll cut it off here. Tomorrow we still have a show tomorrow night at 9 p.m. So if you want to continue conversation, join us tomorrow 9 p.m. Eastern time. All right. So that's it for us.